Welcome, everybody, to the BROFESSIONALS. It is December 13th, 2022. I have the distinct honor tonight of hosting the BROFESSIONALS. We're a little short-staffed, but we're going to push forward and give you perhaps the best show you've seen in the last hour. So I'm really excited about it, and we're going to talk about Christmas stuff because everybody loves Christmas. And let's take a quick look in the chat, and I'll bring in the guys. Andino Palazzo is there with just two exclamation marks. He was, of course, following up Malin's one exclamation mark, and so that's probably the nicest thing Andino's ever said on my show. Leg Kick's here because Leg Kick is almost always here. Kevin Thomas, Dan Genovese, the pizza man, is here. Randy Howell, all the way from Canada. Huron the Steadfast. Wow. Could that be a new Marvel Barbarian comic book? Huron the Steadfast. Should have been in Savage Tales. Glitch is here. Mr. Monkey Boy, 1969. Marcus Killigrew, Citizen Ronin. Audio Odyssey. Joe Bernardo. We all love Joe. Joe, of course, our displaced Hawaiian living in Vegas. Robert Frank, $100. $100. Aaron says, let me try that again. $100 says Aaron tries to blame art. I blame art for everything. So you collect your $100. Let's see here. Josh is here. Fritzy Snitchell, Evil One. Oh my gosh. We just have a packed house. Anti-Entity. Stephen Rockwood drawing. Nomadin. Let me try that again. Nomadamun. I can never say that right. Mike Miller's in here. The Ryan Cardinal, Dan Ringill, Dune Ringill, and Bretsky the Great. Hello, everybody, and welcome. And let's bring in the boys. First of all, the guy who's bringing you Cordrath, the accountant. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Smith.
What is up? Good evening. Hello. Cordrath, the Santa Claus.
That's right. You got a new camera, don't you?
I do.
You were showing me backstage. Nice zoom in and zoom out. It was actually a little frightening.
I could do this. Hold on. Hi.
See, look at that. That's like a Todd McFarlane panel right there.
It is.
Yeah.
I'll just keep it there.
You know, speaking of McFarlane, here's somebody who knows him well. Guy by the name of, he's from that Image studio from back in the old glory days, but still quite a young man despite all that. It's Dan Fraga. Boom.
Hey.
You know Todd, don't you? Or you just know Rob?
Okay. No, I know. I would say I know Todd, Rob, Eric, Mark, Jim,
the whole gang.
Not Lee, Valentino. Jim, Lee to a certain degree, but Rob first, Todd second. But even though I met Todd first, which is strange.
Interesting. No, but you ended up at Rob's studio, so there you go.
I did. That was a interesting way.
Hey, you know what? I just realized tonight is the All Bald show. And to round out what I'm calling tonight the Big Four, let's welcome in the ghosts of Matacumba key man himself, Graham Nolan. There, look at that.
Yeah, look at that beautiful bald head.
Hey, nobody.
There we are. Look at that. Look at that.
In spite of what some people have said, none of us are old because comics keeps us eternally young.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have youth on the inside. Hey, you know what?
Our hot wives.
That's right.
True. Bada boom.
Bam. Speaking of old guys, now you guys know that Dale Keown, although he still has just a beautiful lush head of hair, is like 2 years older than me, right? But you know what I got from Dale today? I bought the werewolf art for the cover of my werewolf cover that he did in my first Wraith of God campaign.
Nice.
And I did a little unboxing video earlier today where I showed the artwork. So that's pretty darn cool. I have an original Keown now. I never thought I would own one, but now I do.
Wow.
And Malin's got bupkis.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. Only caught part of that, but it all connected in my brain there about 2 seconds too late. Let's get this. Steven's saying there's so much shine coming off those scalps. It's like Christmas lights, kind of. That's sort of what we're.
That's not shine, buddy. That is energy. That is creative energy that is bouncing off.
That's
sheep.
right. Look at that. The Bald-tastic Four. I like it. We should do our own book. Graham, you're a Fantastic Four guy. That's right up your alley.
That's
There
right.
you go. Graham would have to be the Thing for sure.
Absolutely.
I'd be the Invisible Woman.
I was gonna. I had no problem putting you in that role. So, Randy Howell says, I was thinking the same thing. Andy, great minds think alike, I guess. Randy Howell, all the way from Canada, says Marvel DC staff stay young because they act like children. Oh, there you go.
And they are children, actually.
Yeah, that's right. They stay young by actually being young.
I'm 22 and I saw a Marvel movie.
Mhm.
Now I'm an editor.
Qualified to be an editor now, right?
That's right.
Hey, I'm going to be right back. My computer is glitching something fierce. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, he's
Okay.
ditching us, man. He's ditching us before the show even starts. It's terrible. Ryan Cardinal's afraid that our bald reflection may cause a burned image into his computer monitor. So there's a lot of people worried
It's a chance you
tonight
take.
about us.
That's the chance you take. Exactly.
It is. Oh, that's why. Hey, Graham's not afraid to shine a little light on people, but see, I put the hat on there to kind of diffuse the glow there. So Andy and I have.
I'm never
Andy's
afraid,
cowboy.
but it's that time of year for the Santa hat, and it just so happens to
It
be
is.
the Cowboys hat.
I almost got one, and then I started working and forgot. So
You almost got a Cowboy Santa hat? That's awesome.
no, just a regular Santa hat to wear for the show. But we have one more show before Christmas, so I'll make sure I get the Santa hat by then. Maybe put up a few Christmas lights behind me to get all festive, And it's,
Ooh.
I used to like years ago, like last year, when I was doing like during the COVID season, I was doing, on virtual cons or online cons, right? And I did a Christmas con, and I had lights everywhere and spent a lot of time decorating. This year, I'm like, yeah, the heck with that. Of course, I
a lot of
wasn't
work.
working on a book either, so I had a little bit more time to kind of.
Is your tree up?
Don't get
It
into a false sense of security that COVID is gone, because I went to get blood work today, and I walked into a Quest and they handed me a mask, and my wife goes, "Is it mandatory?" And they said yes, and we're like, "Fuck."
Yep. Same
Well,
at
yeah,
doctor's offices here.
Yeah, we're
Not
saying
my-
the doctor's offices. I don't think that's going to change.
I went to my. I got to have hernia surgery. But then beginning of next year, and I went to his office, and it's not mandatory; it's
Oh.
optional.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it depends on the doctor's office. It's not mandatory.
Well, we
Well,
have.
LA might be popping them back on in LA, so
Well, that's
Really?
not a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if New York doesn't follow suit, but I
Yeah.
didn't follow it last time, so I won't follow it this time either.
yep.
Yeah, we got a Rite Aid around here in the pharmacy. They don't require it when you go into Rite Aid, but if you go up to the pharmacy, they have this thing, put a mask on. I never have. It's like,
Really?
just fill my prescription. You guys quit giving me hassle about your stupid mask
That's
thing.
right.
Although I was in Safeway and I went to the pharmacy to pick up something for my mom, and the guy actually handed me a mask to put on before he would wait on me. It was just
Oh my God.
stupid. But while I was there, I picked up this blackberry flavored water. And I don't really know if it makes water better, but it tastes different, so I'm going to go with that.
Well, there you go. I haven't drank it yet. I'm waiting, but I picked up from a store yesterday a little, because I want to try it first before I get the big one, a little Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Oh my
No,
God.
wait.
And
Okay,
it's so
wait
broad
a
on
minute.
So many levels, Andy. One, whiskey in a can. Two,
Well, it's
peanut butter.
okay. One, I could have bought the little mini bottle, but the woman said you can buy the mini bottle, or this is actually double. So I save money instead of buying 2 mini bottles, just getting this. And if I like it, then I'll get the big bottle.
So, so that's a can of whiskey that's flavored like peanut butter is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
That's
Joe
right,
Jusko posted a peanut butter chocolate flavor one that he said was awesome, but they don't have that around here.
I did see that post about the chocolate peanut butter, and I was just like, I just would rather have a Reese's cup, I think,
Yeah.
than.
You got peanut butter in my chocolate. You got chocolate in my peanut butter.
And now you got it in your whiskey. Yeah.
Can you imagine? You got your peanut butter in my whiskey.
I
You
want
got
to see some Scotsman. You You got the peanut butter in there, do you, lad? Go fuck yourself.
You know, there's this commercial out right now. You know how the Twixt is doing the left side and the right side, right?
No, I haven't
Yeah.
seen this.
Well, no, you must not watch TV. But they have
I don't.
supposedly they have the. Oh my gosh! Now where did this guy come from? You just broke
Thought
up
you
the
weren't going to
bulb
be
screen.
here.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Merry
What do you-
Christmas.
Thought you
What are you
weren't going to
doing
be
here?
here.
I wasn't,
But now you are.
and now I am. I'm your Christmas present.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna put a big bow on my head and everything.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
I couldn't find a big bow though. Not
Well,
big enough for this head.
Well, that's for sure.
well, it's good that you showed up because you raised the median age up so that we're even older now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you got the old guys on the bottom here.
yeah,
Right,
well,
Graham?
Yeah, that's right, buddy. I said earlier that none of us are old because comics keep us young.
that's right.
You're damn right. A
Speaking
comic
of-
like this?
Look at that.
That'll do
Mark
it.
Bear's black and white right there, folks. Glossy finish, very nice.
Look at
Hell
Art
to the
having it,
yeah.
having it right there, ready to
Oh,
go.
he's
like it's in a
prepared.
freaking holster.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know,
Wah, 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 wah.
you you guys, of course, in the chat realize that all of our campaigns, even Billy Tucci, who's not here, but maybe he will be late. And I wonder if Dan's going to return. I don't know, but all of our campaigns are listed in the description of this video, so you can check that out at any time. And I'm sure we'll have some.
I heard Graham had a good day today.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, you
Mr.
did.
Nolan had a wonderful day today. I can tell you that right.
Graham
do
just
you
came
have,
early.
Do you have a glass to clink?
I don't. I left my wine glass
I
upstairs.
thought you guys were drinking eggnog or something.
Well, Billy
Yeah.
was. I got flavored water. That makes me feel like I'm kind of edgy.
Let's clink.
So, Graham, why don't you share, in case our viewers don't know, whose
Am I
show were
free?
you on today?
I was on Nerdrotics show today with Gary and Az and a couple beautiful young ladies,
Mhm.
and we had a freaking ball talking just about, pop culture things. They showed the campaign, and the fans there. It's a whole different audience. They had not seen my stuff or seen my campaign before, and we raised close to $8,000.
Incredible.
In an afternoon. Yeah, I mean, we're closing in on six figures, young lady.
Yeah, when I went on Gary's show, I did like 100K. It was a good day.
Wow.
You're
Yeah.
full of it. You're so full
Of
of it.
pennies. 100,000
You're-
pennies.
You're reeling me in there, Billy. You almost had me again. I'm like,
There
wait,
was a lot of
100?
pennies
What?
that day. Yes, yes.
Oh my gosh! There
So
he is. Dan's back.
we're at 96. I woke up this morning to 88,000 even, right on the button,
Oh,
and we're at 96,275 right now.
wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive. Most
That's impressive. I mean, and this is in spite of a shadow ban.
exactly.
This is what makes this so great is that fuck Indiegogo and their shadow banning. We will not be stopped because we're reaching the fans, we're reaching the backers who love this stuff, and nothing will piss them off more than having a platform do this nonsense to us. It goes across the board here. And the fans of Neurotic Show, are learning about it for the first time, and they came out in droves, and I can't thank them enough. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Yep. We're just really impressed and grateful for you guys' continued support out there, despite some of the difficulties and hoops we've had to jump through on these campaigns.
Well,
And
you
it's
know
just
what,
been
Aaron?
fabulous.
I just found out that I've been unsubbed from your channel. I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. So YouTube does these things sometimes. So everybody in the chat, like, make sure that you're subbed and give it a like and ring that bell.
That's
for
right.
notifications. Yeah.
Yep. We'll keep pressing forward, even if there are some forces that don't want us to.
Forces of evil.
All right.
Yes.
You guys, this is a Christmas show, but this was almost a food show. It was this close to being a food show, and I changed my mind at the last minute. But I do want to do one food thing before we get into the Christmas questions. Okay, now I want you guys to tell me what your favorite hamburger is, but it has to be like a national chain hamburger. Okay. Oh. But out of all the national chains, and there's a wide variety. I mean, you can go Steak Shack or what is it called?
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack or one of those places.
What if they're regional though?
Well, we'll see. I mean, try to do national, but
just
if
throw it out there. You never
throw it out there. We'll see. Because I'm going to. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do after everybody tells me what they think their favorite burger is. Andy, what would if you had to?
Look at what's happening to my monitor.
Are you leaving Earth? What's going on there?
No. Oh, as soon as I showed you guys, it stopped glitching. This is why I had to leave.
It just glitched.
Yeah. And now it's not.
Dan's in space.
That's now it is again. As soon as I show you, it stops.
Nothing like spending a couple grand on a laptop. And
then there it goes. Work. You see how it keeps acting off.
Have you tried rebooting it?
I did, and I ran diagnostics. There it goes again.
That's why smashing it with a hammer.
That's why I had to leave.
It's AI, man. It's taken over.
Yeah. Okay, so Andy, what's your favorite burger?
I'm really that's a tough one. I'm going to go with Culver's. Is that everywhere?
That'll work.
Culver's butter burger, double patty butter burger. Love it. And their cheese curds.
Okay. Culver then. Graham, what do you got? What do you think? If you have to go and eat at a chain to get a burger, where would you go?
The Five Guys has a good burger. I mean, I eat carnivore these days, so I don't eat any bread or any of that shit. So,
hypothetically, if you had to choose.
But I could still go to those places and I'll order like a triple burger with cheese and bacon and avocado or something like that, and just throw the bun away. And I like the meat there. Is Five Guys national?
Yep.
Yeah. I think they are. Yeah.
Okay. Because if it isn't, then I would go with Wendy's because I worked.
They're hot and juicy. That's why
you worked at Wendy's.
Yeah,
I worked at Wendy's too.
They were good.
And
pattied every day.
Dairy Queen. All right, Art.
They're never frozen. The patties are never frozen, right?
That's right. We make them every morning, or we made them every morning.
Oh, look at him. He still works, sir. It finally came out. That's his day job.
I can even tell you the order in which the shit goes on the bun.
Oh, really?
I don't remember that.
Onion mustard.
I worked at Hardee's. I could not tell you. I forgot.
Wow.
Graham finally gave up his name tag and his hairnet.
There you go.
No, I was there in the days when it was that powder blue and white stripe, and we had the hats, the bros hats, like they wore in car wash.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. A young Graham Nolan.
Yeah. I gotta find some pictures of me in that.
Oh, that is classic.
Well,
all right, Art.
This is my dinner.
Okay, and it's but delicious. If you had to have a hamburger tonight, where would you get it?
Actually, I did have a hamburger today, and they just built here in the Woodlands, Texas, a In-N-Out.
Oh, really?
That's mainly a Yeah, look at Dan. Look at Dan. He's like, yeah, In-N-Out. Yeah.
In-N-Out's overrated.
Oh hell! What? Whataburger? I'm sorry, Texas, but I gotta call you on the Whataburger. So they're okay.
You're gonna go with In-N-Out then?
Yeah, and they're never frozen, man.
I'll take Steak and Shake over In-N-Out.
Okay, Frag, what do you got?
Well, since he took In-N-Out, I will go, and I guess it's national. The first time I had it was in Arizona, and they have them out here. I'm going with Freddy's.
Oh, I just had that a couple days ago. Freddy's is good.
Yeah,
it's called Freddy's, and it's a national chain.
Yeah,
never heard of it.
I gotta look it up.
Freddy's is like a Culver's.
It's like Culver's, but better.
I never
yes. I've had them both.
So have I.
Yeah, well,
you're insane.
Each their own.
Okay, you guys on like the East Coast, or don't you have like White Castle or whatever?
Oh, White Castle, yeah.
I've never had a White Castle before.
I hate them.
Dog food on a bun.
Oh, it's so bad. I don't.
Did you
oh,
say it's
no,
like
no,
dog
no.
food on a bun? Is
Yes.
that what you said?
Well, we
White
also have
Castle-
Crystal. Crystal's
White-
kind of like that,
Crystal,
isn't it?
yeah, that's
God,
the
Crystal's
southern version of
horrible.
White Castle.
Yeah.
So
Now-
old man Winter, what do you have?
Well, I was going to say we have Burgerville out here, which is a Northwest hamburger joint that's really good, but it doesn't really qualify for what I'm doing because it's not a national chain. So I have to admit that I really like Carl's Jr. or Hardee's
Yeah.
Famous Star. I really like those burgers. Now, the reason I asked this was because here are the top 15 rated burger joints, and I wanted to see if any of us ate at the top spots. Now, they have on this list, they have White Castle at 15, which should be a lot lower than that. These things are horrific.
And look at the pictures, not even a
I know. Why
what-
would
You know
you?
what White Castles are known as? Rectal rockets.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Wow.
Never had it.
Wait, a McDonald's is listed 1 point ahead of White Castle. That should tell you something. I can't even believe McDonald's is on this list.
Now, I do like a McDonald's hamburger. Just the
Do you
hamburger, I don't mind it.
Quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah,
Really?
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
the
go with-
quarter pounder's not bad.
the only thing I get at McDonald's is like those Egg McMuffins. If I'm like driving someplace and have to stop real
Oh,
quick.
I
and get-
love Egg McMuffin.
Yeah, I do, but I'm not a big hamburger guy for them. Okay, 13 is Sonic. I don't know about that either. I was not a big Sonic fan.
They're pretty good. The patties are big. I mean, you get
Yeah.
a lot for your money. And the people
And
the
you can get it very late at night
yeah, and the
That's
ladies
right.
come out and give it to you. in
with
your
that
car.
roller skates.
The ladies come out and give you the meat, Art?
They give you the meat right.
Are you
in
sure
the
they're
Seen the
car.
wrong
ladies?
kind of ladies, Art.
That's a
Are you sure
man,
you're at-
baby.
Are you sure you're at a Sonic?
I
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Art, we better clarify what we're talking about here. Look at that. My Carl's Jr. is only 12th. So I guess I'm the low man on the totem pole so far.
Ah,
Well,
there's
so-
Wendy's.
There's Wendy's at
Oh,
11.
11.
Now, if you guys Cheeseburger in Paradise, never heard of this.
That's a Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah,
Oh.
is it saying it's Margaritaville?
It's that's his thing.
Island themed restaurant, Cheeseburger in Paradise offers customers large.
No,
large-
that's different then, because Buffett's is just Margaritaville,
No,
and this is
no.
literally the name.
Yeah,
No.
I never even heard
No.
of this place though.
He owns the copyright to that. So
Well, of course he
I,
is from his
I
song.
guarantee you that's part of his. That's
Also, that doesn't look like a fast food burger. That image that looks
Well,
like.
no,
a
I didn't
restaurant.
say fast food. I just said it'd be a national chain.
Yeah, you
like
could have said Applebee's.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, okay. Whataburger at 9. Now that's a California thing, right?
No,
I
it's
want to say I've had it
Texas.
once.
South?
Or was it Texas?
No, they're over here as well.
Okay. I think I've had it once, but
Never.
Fuddruckers.
Fuddruckers.
Are they still even
Fuddruckers.
around? Are they still
Yeah.
around?
Fuddruckers.
Wow.
I
Uh,
never used to let my
good.
kids say that. Every time they go, Dad, let's go to Fuddruckers. I go, watch your mouth.
Nah.
Saying the
You
F
get a good
word.
laugh out of that.
I like Mother Fuddruckers.
Yeah.
They do a really good burger.
That's some
Yeah.
good stuff. That's true. Okay, I actually like Johnny Rockets.
Johnny Rockets, yeah, that's not bad. Haven't been to one in years, but
They're always in a mall though.
That's true.
That's like a '50s type cafe
Yeah.
Right.
of idea,
Right.
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. They have like good milkshakes and stuff like that, so it's kind of fun. But yeah, I'm okay with Johnny Rockets. Number 6, Five
There you
Guys.
go.
There you are. So Graham right now is the top of the list. We're going to assume that this list is by quality. That's what it said it was.
I
So
think Five Guys is overrated.
Number 5 should be
It's
Five
overpriced.
Guys.
is
yes,
what
I
it
agree
is.
with
That's
her.
what I mean. Yeah, for what you get, I think it's just
Yeah,
overrated.
they are a little bit on the pricey side.
Their fries are good though.
Yeah, they are.
The burgers
Oh,
are pretty good,
look
too.
at that. Graham.
Culver's.
No, wait, it was Andy, right? Andy
Boom.
Culver's right there.
That's-
Number
Look at
5.
the size of those buns though. That's way too thick compared to the meat.
Oh, it's
Well, it's called a
oh,
butter
it's so
burger,
good.
and
It's
I
a butter
think-
burger.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, that looks good though.
And the custards they have.
Oh, yeah.
Red Robin. How about that? Number 4.
Oh,
Never
We always-
eaten there,
They've
and
got-
there's
we always
one
gut
within
bomb
5
every time
miles
we
of
went
me.
to
Their
Every
burgers
time we
are
went to Red
decent.
Robins, we ended up gut bombing. So
Mm,
They're-
it's like good going
bombing?
down, but huh?
Gut bombing?
I love
Yeah.
it.
What's
Love it.
that? Throwing up?
Well, you know, it's like after you eat and you're like, oh my gosh, you're just like, you're not like sick, but you're just like,
You're
Say-
weighted down. You're
Yes.
weighted down.
Okay.
So there was always good going down, but I never felt great afterwards eating one. So I don't know what was going on there. But Steak and Shake.
Yes, that would have been my second. I love Steak and Shake.
Oh,
I didn't know they were still around.
They're
Yeah,
still
I-
around. Every
I
time I've
think-
ever had one, I've had the shakes afterwards.
the shades.
Damn.
I think I would have went Red Robin though if I knew that we were doing like restaurants. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you trade up. It's not. This isn't like a game show, Art. You can change if you're being honest. I just want to see who had the best taste out of all of us in burgers, and it looks like you or Andy right now would be in the top. Now, there's In and Out. Who picked In and Out?
Oh,
Art did.
Art, look at
And
that.
I would have.
Oh
I
no,
would
he
have.
just traded. He just traded up, didn't he?
Oh, that's right. You moved down on the list.
No. I just said no.
oh, look at him now going back.
Yeah.
I said if.
Okay. Number one was Shake Shack.
Yeah, they're good, but they're LA. I've never had one
No,
outside of
there's
LA.
one here. They're
Is there?
They're expensive though.
Yeah, they're
I
worth
can't
it.
stand those crinkle cut fries.
Oh, get out of there!
Yeah.
They hold the ketchup just right.
Yeah,
but
you're a
they're never
commie.
crispy though. They're always soggy, man. Crisp cut
Yeah.
fries always end up soggy. At least the
I
places
like
that.
shoestring with a lot of salt.
Yeah, shoestring are really good. I don't like those real big fat fries,
I don't either.
but I do like Shake Shack. The burgers are good. The shakes are really good. So.
Well, Red Robin has these steak fries, and those things are delicious.
Oh, I hate steak fries.
Yeah, they're
I-
too
Yeah, that's
that's
what
why
I'm
I
saying.
said.
It's like a baked potato you hold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's
And
more
baked
like that.
potatoes are delicious.
Nah.
So it looks like, I guess, Art, then you have the best taste because you picked In and Out.
I think Dan would have got it if I didn't.
Well, you both picked In and Out, so it's All right. I was just
so
curious.
what do I
about that.
win? What do I win?
You win nothing
Oh,
except
man.
you just have the satisfaction of knowing that you have the
Aaron's
best
praise.
taste of anybody in here for eating
Sweet,
burgers.
man. Yeah, they just built one down the street, and it's really good.
Now, isn't the In and Out? Isn't that where they have like the secret menu? Like you can get chili put on whatever you order or whatever, but it's
Yeah,
not on
yeah.
the menu. But you
It's
just
not
go,
on the
"Hey,
menu. Yeah.
throw some chili on there," and they
Oh,
go,
I didn't know
"Ooh."
that.
This place
Ooh,
was so
oh.
busy today. They had
Oh, the-
police. They had police like doing traffic. Yeah.
Now, whenever
Well,
I go to California, I do make it a point to always eat at an In and Out. So,
You
'cause
got
I do like it.
We have one up here now, and we also just got a Steak Shack or a
Shake
what was
Shack.
it? Shake Shack, and that was line out the door for like the first couple months, and then now it's kind of settled down. But I haven't gone in there and had one yet. But I guess I should target that and see how good it is.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's overpriced, and that's another thing. Like we're actually, some of those are like restaurant burgers versus fast food burgers. So like In and Out is comparably priced to like Sonic or
Mhm.
even McDonald's, and it's like it's number 2 on that list.
I wouldn't put
That's
In and
pretty
Out
good.
price wise with McDonald's. They're more in line with Shake Shack and
No,
and Steak
not
and Shake.
here. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
a
you
full,
could- you
full,
could get a
full meal
double
for like
double.
$13
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Well, the place that I said around here that's kind of a Northwest chain called Burgerville, they have right now, they have like specialty burgers at different times of the year. They've got right now a blue cheese bacon burger. It was expensive, but oh my gosh, it was, if you like blue cheese, it was so freaking awesome.
Yeah, I
I
went through a
love
blue
blue
cheese phase, but I don't know if I can handle it now.
Oh, I love it. I'm addicted to it, man.
I'm addicted. Do you
I
like the
am.
blue cheese? Do you like blue cheese dressing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always order it.
yeah,
Always.
blue cheese dressing. Yeah.
Love it.
Pretty
All
good.
right. Well, that was our kind of like our warm up. Maybe an appetizer would be a good way of describing that.
I love
To
it.
the show's topic tonight, we're going to talk about. I want to know your guys' best Christmas gifts or best Christmas memories, surrounding Christmas morning or whatever. It doesn't have to be a single gift, but it could have been a Christmas morning where you just got everything you wanted or whatever. It could be as a kid or even all the way to an adult. So I want to hear your best Christmas present or best Christmas day that you had, Andy. We'll start with you. Oh, hang on a
Okay.
second. Wait. Evil One, $2. Thank you so much for that. Tell your dad you're making me rich. Patrick Mahomes brought Whataburger to KC lately.
Fuck Mahomes.
Oh damn!
Spoken like a true Buffalo Bill right there.
I know, right?
Oh my
That
goodness.
might have Cole Beasley back. I just read.
Yeah, I saw that. Beasley's coming back. We need some receivers that can catch the freaking ball besides Diggs.
Yeah. Bob Gable says blue cheese is greater than ranch. He's on my side, so that's cool.
Oh, in Buffalo, you'd be shot.
Yeah.
All right, Andy. give it to
Okay.
me. One of your best gifts you ever got.
So when I first saw your topic question this morning, a couple things just popped right into my head. So I just went with those. I'm going to let you share my screen.
Okay.
Don't share it until I give you the go.
Okay. All right.
Hands off the dials.
I'm
Harry.
not touching. Not touching.
Well, because I want to see, once he shares it, I'm curious to see. I'm going to have to assume everybody on the panel will go, oh, I know what that is. I don't know how many will have got it, but this is something my parents got me. I want to say it was either late 70s, early 80s, for Christmas, because I wanted to be an artist and stuff, and I really like to draw.
Avon
You can share
Cologne.
the screen now.
Okay, I can share it now.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Okay. There. Ooh.
Learn
I
to
got one of
draw.
those.
Oh, how
Yes.
cool. John.
Now,
Mayhew.
I just obviously did a Google search for it because I don't have it anymore. But chances are it could be in a box somewhere. But I remember getting this. I remember that book. I don't know. Now, when I did the Google search, there were different box lids. But the book, as soon as I saw that book, that was what was in my memory. And I remember that book. I remember it came in a box. And it was just cool because, as a 10, 11-year-old kid, your parents just, fostering that what you want to do and getting behind you and stuff for what you want to do.
Yeah.
How was the book?
There's images of the book I could probably find.
Yeah.
It's okay. This is one image I remember vividly, the one with the
Yeah, that
dog. I
Great
remember that
Dane.
from the book.
Yes. Yes.
I remember
cool.
this one from the book vividly as well.
Mm-hmm.
The snow scene. Now, it wasn't until today, though, when I did this, when I was looking around, I didn't know this dude was a TV guy, like, a Bob Ross type guy in the 50s and 60s.
He looks like
I
a
never
beatnik.
knew that.
He's got
So,
the little goatee and the hair going there. He looks like kind of a beatnik, doesn't he?
yeah,
Like he could have
this
been on
could
Toby
have
Gillis
been the
or something.
one. Yeah, this could have been the one. I just don't remember the boxes. I know it was in a box, but it's the book I remember so well.
I'm pretty sure mine was in the green box. And let me tell you how pretentious I was as a little kid when I got this. You know how you had these chapters, right? You do chapter 1, then you do chapter 2, chapter 3. And I went through and looked at these chapters. I think there was 5 chapters. And I was like, well, this looks harder than that. So I rearranged the chapters and renumbered them based on what I thought they should be in, or the order they should be in.
That's great.
So
Yeah, so that is, that was one from when I was a kid. So
He was like the Mark Kistler before Mark Kistler.
who's
Yeah.
Mark?
Mark Kistler, he was a guy. He did a show in the mid '80s on how to draw, but it was directed towards kids.
Mhm.
It was less Bob Ross, and it was kind of in between Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. I think it's so funny you brought this up because I totally forgot about this, but I had that exact same kit. That's amazing.
yeah,
Okay, Graham, give us a fond Christmas gift memory you have.
This one is as an adult. I was Julie and I were married. This is around 1987, 88. So we had just been married maybe a couple years. And it's one of those gifts that I always wanted to get, but nobody would ever kind of get me these kind of things. Like I love comics, but nobody would get me like collectible comics or,
Right.
that kind of stuff. But I really wanted these, and Julie got them for me. And when I opened them up, I was like really surprised, A, that she got them, and B, I just loved them. And they are,
Uh-oh.
can you see that?
Oh.
Dude, is that a
Doc
Pulp
Savage.
magazine?
That's
That's
that is a Walter Baumhofer covered Doc Savage magazine called The
Oh.
Kingmaker.
She
What
loved
year
it.
is
In what
that?
year?
She
This
loved
one is 1934,
Whoa.
it.
It's in beautiful shape.
the second year of Doc.
Art,
Yeah.
did you buy that
Oh,
off
wait,
the
wait.
shelf? Do you still have yours?
Yeah,
No.
this is in really good shape.
Look at that.
That's
plain.
I've seen that cover a lot. That's nice.
Yeah.
Where would this, I mean, did they get this off eBay or is there an old bookstore?
There was
somewhere?
no eBay back then. There was a mailing list for Doc Savage pulp collectors. And
Oh, wow.
I used to get the list, and I checked off the ones that I wanted, and she picked these two.
Is Doc Savage a bocce ball player?
Oh,
Here's the other one, The Mental Wizard. This one is 1937.
Wow.
Now, did you actually read these, or are you afraid to open them and like have the pages fall out?
Oh no, I read these. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool. Look
Oh,
at
Look at
that.
the ads.
Oh, damn! Look at that
Yeah.
car.
That sedan was $60 whole.
Look at this. I have reduced my waist 8 inches with the wheel belt. So it's like, hey, fat guy, don't lose weight. Just suck it in with this belt.
There you go.
Got illustrations in there.
Oh, the mental
that.
wizard.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's pretty cool.
oh,
man.
they smell so great.
Oh, I bet.
need that.
Look at
So
that.
I've got a really pretty good collection of early Doc pulps, all the way going back to the earliest one I have is the Polar Treasure, which is the 5th Doc Savage story.
Mm-hmm. We got all the
What do
paper
those
back.
things? What do those things go for now? Any idea?
I really don't know what the prices are on these.
Let's find out. While we're
Let me
going
grab a
down the
couple
road.
of super chats real quick here. I got behind, so Evil One's getting on my case. Evil One for $2. Got you White Castle for Xmas, Aaron. Check the mail. You know, you could send a White Castle burger through the mail, and it wouldn't taste any different than if you went to the restaurant and got
It's
it.
true.
So,
It's damn true.
thank you, Evil One. I'll be looking for that if the dog doesn't get to it first. Let me see. Was there one other in here? There is. Evil One again. Don't you hate it when you have to do that? He's sending me a super chat to tell me I missed one of his super chats. Thank you, Evil One.
You should miss some more.
That's right. It's all part of my sinister plan to get more super chats. Okay, and you sent me an email. All right, I'll keep my eyes open. Let's see. I think that's it.
Hey,
Okay.
Pastmaster Dan, the smells of the oils in the ink. No,
Mhm.
it's the smell of the decaying pulp paper.
Yeah.
And by the way, these things are not cheap. Yeah, one slick dude just posted what I was about to say because I'm on eBay. If they're in good shape, that's about right.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, but it depends on the year too. But those early ones in the 30s,
Right.
very hard to find and
I would
very hard
imagine.
to find in really good shape. And I've got a bunch from the first year from 1933.
Nice.
That's amazing because I like to see him in that kind of condition. I mean, I don't see those things around anyway, but then to see one like that, that's really nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Art, what can you share with us?
All right. I have so many good and I have so many bad. So how many times do you think we're going to go around this this topic? Because
Wait a minute.
I'm trying to prioritize. Like,
This is like an Eric Guapo says, you missed the super chat too. Although it just came up. That was his super chat. That's
Right.
little comedy there for Eric the Guapo. Thank you so much for the $2. I
he's
appreciate
a funny guy.
it. Yeah, he is. All right, Art, take it away. What have you got? What have you got?
So do you think we're going to go around multiple times?
We're going to go around a couple times anyway.
And then we're going to have the is it the most disappointing? Is we're going to
Well, however you want to phrase it. Yeah, kind of the clunker gift that maybe
the
you got.
clunker gift, and that'll probably be last, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Okay, here we go.
Thanks for sharing. That's part of his In-N-Out burger coming out in the
That's right.
Dan Genovese, the pizza man, for $5. Have a slice of pizza on me. I will indeed. Thank you so much, Dan.
look at
Appreciate
that.
that.
Sweet. Okay, here it is. Click. And let's
Oh, there you
share
are.
it.
Okay. Can I share now or are you going to set it
Yes, share it.
up? Okay. Ooh.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So
Rock
this
and
is
roll.
Yeah, this is the closest to my kit. My kit's cooler than this. I got the rack mount symbols. So this is all like floor stands and stuff like that. But mine's all like one of those cool rack mount where all the symbols come off the rack. But this is pretty much the model. I have rosewood finish, but this is close to the finish. And my wife got me this this fantastic kit, and I had a Ludwig Vista Light. I don't have it anymore, but I had it at the time, and that's the kit that John Bonham uses, that clear orange kit in the day. And so that's what I was banging around with. But I always fantasized about, like, being like one of those, cool metal drummers with the double bass. And so I kind of had it ordered. I got to build the kit. God, what's the place called? Like Drum Industries or something like that. It's where all like the pros shop and stuff like that. So she set up a meeting. You have to like schedule time to go there. And so I basically handpicked everything out. So I have 22-inch basses. They're the size of like Tommy Lee's bass drums. So mine's a beast. This is pretty close, but my kit is actual a beast.
Do you have anything else that's the size of Tommy Lee, by the way? I'm just curious.
You know how tall he is.
You're never gonna know, Eric.
Ridiculous.
I'm never going to show it to you. But yeah. I mean, this was fantastic. I mean, she was just like, I know you always wanted this kit. You could never afford it when you were a kid. And so, yeah, we went out and got it. So I got specialized pedals and everything. It was absolutely fantastic. So I would say this is probably the biggest and baddest gift I ever got from an individual.
That is pretty freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
Who gave you that, Art? Your mom?
My wife.
Oh, your wife.
Yeah. So kind of like I paid for it, I guess.
Yeah, but
Is that the way it is, though?
Hey, when your wife says go ahead and spend the money on it, then you're kind of like, it's kind of like a gift, right? I mean,
yeah.
So,
but you know what? The cool thing about it is I would never, like you guys are all married, you'd never do these things for yourself, right?
Right.
But, your wife says something and it's like, kind of gives you that thumbs up, like, yeah, it's okay. And that means so much because you feel so selfish if you do something like that.
Yeah,
and that's a major purchase. That's like a car. Like that drum set's like this.
Really?
Yeah. It's
no
expensive.
shit, really?
Yeah, they're expensive. Yeah.
Now you can rock, and that's all that matters.
I have it in that room right there. I wish. Well, it's not as cool looking as because it's not all shined up. So I should have taken a picture of it.
All right. Well, that's pretty cool, Art. Fraga, can you top that, or at least?
No.
Okay.
But I can. I remember like great Christmas memories, and I remember when I was a kid, about 16. Nintendo put out this new product called the Game Boy, and it was, black and white graphics, but within the quality of a Nintendo, and games like Gargoyle's Quest and of course Tetris was a big one. I just had to have it, and I remember begging, and my mom and stepdad did the old parent trick of knowing how badly I wanted it and letting all Christmas presents by everyone get opened. And like starting food to, oh look, one more present, like that trick. And it was the Game Boy with Tetris, and I lost my shit.
That's
like,
cool.
Yeah. So
were you just like devastated though, thinking they didn't get it, and then
I knew it was a hot ticket item. I knew like if they didn't get it, it's probably because they couldn't get it.
Right.
I remember the previous, I think it was the previous Christmas, the really hard to get game was Super Mario Brothers 2, and they just couldn't get it. And I ended up taking my Christmas money, going to a place called Valco, which was like, there were only two Valco drugs, and they, let's say a game was $35 at Toys R Us. Well, they charged $50, like that's why, but they had it. And I remember buying that with my Christmas money.
That's cool.
I'm going to have to go for probably about 20 minutes, but I will come back.
Okay.
We will be here.
All right. I love you guys. I'll be right back.
All right, bro.
You got it, Danny.
This
See you in a few.
This thing I keep running. See how it's not glitching? I'm running a maintenance program. When I'm running the program, it doesn't glitch. The second I quit the program, it does the glitchy thing again. So it's something software based.
So
What kind of computer is that, Dan?
2015 MacBook.
2015.
Yeah, and the one I'm talking on right now is a 2013.
Oh.
So I'm streaming on an older computer right now, so I can be on this stream. But this is really weird because it was just shifting everywhere. But I'll be back.
You take care of your stuff, man.
Yeah, I try.
Wow.
All right, I'll see you guys. I'll be
Okay.
All right, bye.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Somebody needs an upgrade.
That's all I have to say.
exactly.
Now that he's gone, somebody needs an
Need
upgrade.
an upgrade. That sounds like my mom. I'm like, my mom.
2015. I mean, how does it even handle the new operating systems?
I know. I tried. Hey, I'm tight that way. I'll hang on to my computer forever, but after a while, it's like nothing works on it
Right.
anymore. And
Right.
they force
Yeah.
you to get a new one.
Yeah.
So-
And then when you get it and everything is moving at lightning speed, you're like, why the hell didn't I do this sooner? Because you're MFing
Exactly.
it every time it won't do anything.
Right.
Every time it glitches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing? Like when we first started getting towers and stuff, at least I did for Mac, it was like you would get like it was your memory was like megabytes, right?
Oh yeah.
And now we're getting stuff that has like terabytes, and you're like,
Yep.
I will never use all of this,
Right.
It's amazing just how much that stuff has changed in such a short period of time. But anyway, so one of my best gifts ever I got when I was an adult as well. And Shelly Showtime picked this out for me. And I've had a couple of adult Christmases where everything I just was like, I felt like a kid because you like get all this cool stuff.
Yeah,
Like
I agree, Graham. It sounded a little strange.
Adult Christmas. I like it.
I get it.
Now, unfortunately, it's not going to be that kind of an adult Christmas. I was an adult. That's about the only thing that was adult about it.
All right.
But this came out, and this was freaking expensive. Oh, did I close it out? Oh, that pisses me off. Just give me a second here to.
Oh Jesus.
No, it's based on something that I worked on, right?
Oh.
So
And he's like, I can't believe I work with such amateurs.
I know
Boomers.
it's just here we go. There it is.
See, that's the good thing about Old Man Winter. He's fast.
Oh, I'm
That's right. He's fast.
The freeze is coming quick. All right, let me share this.
Well, now I'm going to take it back.
That Planet Hulk Silver Surfer diorama
Oh, shit.
Oh, I never saw that.
from Sideshow.
Yeah, open that bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to see it big.
See, now I'm going to get. Let's see. How can I?
Just
Well,
click
if it
the
was a
picture.
PC, you could right click on it and do open image and new tab. But
Yeah, it
I don't
doesn't
know
do
for a
that.
Mac.
Or save it in
Yeah, you can
something
still do
else.
that. Right click.
I mean, if you have it, why aren't you just
On eBay.
showing us? Don't you
Well,
have it?
because it's up there on a shelf, and
Oh,
yeah.
It's not like you didn't have
Here's
all
the
day to
tragic-
prepare for your own topic.
The main thing is
I had it and I
covered
lost
with
it. All
dust.
right,
It's covered with
give
dust.
me some slack.
Let him
brother.
have it, Andy. Let him have it.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
right. You're just gonna all you're doing is fostering this sort of old man thing that is going around, and it's making me look worse. So
Now click that image.
yeah.
You're the second youngest on the channel now. You should feel good.
See, it's not any bigger.
Yeah, well, right click on it now.
My mouse doesn't do that.
You got an Apple mouse?
Yeah, it doesn't do
Then
right or left.
You need to go into your settings on your mouse and enable it to.
All right, you know what? It's getting way too freaking complicated.
You
All
know
right.
what, old Man Winter, get up and go get it off the shelf.
Here's the thing. Okay, this helmet, this gladiator helmet that the Hulk has on, right? There's two heads. There's like he's got his head that has the hair, and then that pops off and the helmet pops on if you want that on there, right? So I had it up there on my shelf at the top of a bookcase, right? Almost by the ceiling, right? It's up there. And I come by one day and he looks like he got scalped. And I'm like, what happened to his helmet? Well, see, the helmet pressed on, it was kind of pressure. And over time, it must have just and popped off. So I'm looking around for the helmet. I'm looking for evidence. And there was like a creature from the Black Lagoon thing standing right there that had been knocked over. And I went, okay, the helmet flew off, hit the creature from the Black Lagoon. So tracing the steps, I figured it had to be on the floor, right? So I am looking through the
Sherlock
book.
Lepresti. The game is afoot.
It was exactly like that. I'm putting all the clues together. And I looked, just in case, I looked behind the bookshelf. I did everywhere. I looked everywhere. I could not freaking find it any place. And then I looked down and I look right below it on the floor was my recycle tub
Uh-oh.
You know, I throw in all the paper and stuff. And then I started thinking, holy crap, how long has this helmet been off? Did it fall into here? And then I dumped it with the recycle one time. And that's the only thing I can figure happened to it because I never found it. I tried to get a hold of Sideshow. They don't make them anymore because they used to be able to get, if you lost like a piece or something, they would then, you could buy it from or they'd mail you a new one. They don't have anymore. So I'm screwed. I don't have my helmet anymore.
Oh,
I found it. If you want to share it, it's kind of low res, this image. Let me see if I can find another one.
I'm having a hard time seeing. Is the Silver Surfer using his board as a shield?
Yeah, he's holding it up like this.
Why would he do that when he has the power cosmic?
Well, because when he was in this Gladiator story, they put these things on him that sort of like cut their power. So the Hulk
share my screen.
Strong. Okay.
Did you find one, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one as well.
Yeah, so they put these little things on them that they couldn't remove on their chest that like zapped their powers. And so he didn't have like, that was the only way this race of people that had these gladiator things, they could capture these superpowered beings and then control them enough to fight in the arena, was these like, you know, what were those, you know, those necks that the, in Star Trek, that what was the episode? The
Thralls War.
Yeah, no, the gamesters of Trixcalion, you know, where they had to wear those necklaces that caused them pain. It was kind of like that, you know.
Yeah, they were the Thralls.
Yeah, the Thralls. That's right. That's
Andy,
right.
is this the one you're sharing? That's on the screen.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I got a pretty good image here too, and it actually, you can see the surfer better. Go ahead.
Yeah, they had those power dampener things on in the movie as well.
Yeah, see
Yeah.
here
that's
you
good.
can see he's using the shield or the surfboard as a shield.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's pretty dynamic from this angle, but from like if you're looking down at the statue, it's kind of like the surfer doesn't look that cool. But from this angle, it looks pretty badass.
No, it is really, really cool, and it's like $500 or something. So it was like a really kind of like, wow,
Yeah.
I didn't expect to get anything like that expensive, and so it was really cool.
Is it on one base or is it like
Yeah.
two bases?
Well, no, but they fit together. You know, they
Okay.
like click together. So yeah, they're on two bases, but they do push
And
together.
that's based on a drawing you did?
Well, no, it's based. I worked on this series, the Planet Hulk drawing, or the
Right.
Planet Hulk series.
Oh, okay.
I didn't draw the Silver Surfer issue, unfortunately. Carlo Paglione did, but I did like half the series, and so I was like, anytime something Planet Hulk shows up, I'm like, I should get that. So
The Tooch is here.
Hello.
Ducci.
Tooch is eating.
What are you dining on there, Billy?
What are you
My
eating, Bill?
dinner.
Oh,
Protein pack.
It's got raisins in it and cranberries, so it's kind of like a little treat instead.
All right,
We got
Billy,
bacon.
real quick, talking about food. What's your
Yeah.
favorite burger chain? National burger chain.
And it can be a restaurant, so it doesn't have to be fast food. It can be
Five Guys. Five Guys.
there you go.
Nolan choice. That was number 6 in the top 10. Or was it
15.
top 15?
Well,
Top 15.
I can tell you my least favorite.
Yeah.
Fucking McDonald's. Twice
No.
in the past year, we said, let's get McDonald's. We haven't had it in 10 years. Both times they screwed my fucking order up.
Those son of a
It's
bitches.
not hamburgers.
Yeah.
Well,
And the first time
before,
we went in, and you can't order from a person. You have to do it on the board.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, you know that board? When they started testing those boards, they found that 98% of them had feces on them.
Stop.
No, he's
Ah.
right.
I wonder how much feces
and
is in
pointing
the
out the
meat.
painful obviousness there.
Wait, is this for $500? Was that a
No,
super-
the
I'll take
my
these-
diorama. I lost the helmet, so it's worthless now. So that's what he was kind of rubbing it in.
Now it's
Hey,
in the back-
Billy.
I was in the back room trying to find my toys.
Mhm.
Did Andy and Art actually find a replacement helmet for you?
No,
Oh, I thought you guys would look. You said, "Oh, I found it." I'm sorry.
no, just the picture because I didn't have a good picture. So they were making me look old and senile by showing me how quickly they could come
No,
up
we were
with
trying
that.
to show off your killer Christmas present.
Oh,
my
they
friend.
That's
put on
right.
mailing on you, huh?
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, Billy. Since you came in at the right time, I just did mine. So before we go round 2, go ahead and give us a one of your best Christmas gifts ever.
All right. Well, as you can see from my sweatsuit here, you guys can take a guess with that bad boy, right? Let me share it. Hang on.
It looks
I know
like
what
you
it
just
is.
got done with the
$6
match.
million man doll.
Heck yes, man. $6 million man. Yeah, baby.
Oh, I thought you were
I
going to
always
show us
wanted
another
one.
picture of one of your old girlfriends. I was kind of getting excited there.
That was a present.
Oh, the night is young, my friend. Don't worry.
I always wanted one of them, and I never got one.
What? One of Billy's girlfriends?
Have you shared?
That too.
There it is, baby.
I did have one of
Man,
those.
I was in second grade when that show came out, and I watched every single episode of this show from second to sixth grade.
That was the best show in the
Oh,
world,
my God.
man.
Oh,
Oh, he had that like funky eye, right? Could you look through the back of his head?
yes.
And
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, dude. That's what was cool about it.
It was like a JFK injury.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was like. The caved-in
It was
eyeball.
like a JFK.
That's like the sniper from Saving Private Ryan. And but the thing was that came with the fembots were part of it too, and of course Sasquatch. Was that a Bruce Cassidy? Ted Cassidy played
I think he did, didn't he?
Yes.
In that,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he did.
There was two episodes. One had Ted Cassidy, then he passed away, and then the other was Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I heard that it was Andre the Second.
Oh, so it was like Return of Bigfoot they did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wasn't one of them on the what was the female it was the Bionic Woman, right?
Yeah,
Randy
yeah.
Wagner.
Yeah. But
Remember-
and this is a little hint into my next one though.
Wait a minute, we're not doing multiples.
I thought we were. Oh, we're not. Well, we're only doing
Well, not at the same time. We'll go back around.
You have to go back
No,
around.
no. I know. I'm. Hang on.
Billy thinks he's playing catch up. No,
I
you
am.
came in the right time.
I am so playing catch up. Let me just share this if I can find a cool one here. All right, there's a good one, I think. Let's see. I apologize.
You know what? I got so many good Christmases. We got to move this up. I got a lot to share. I got a lot
Man,
of bad.
I don't
Christmases.
remember a lot.
Not me. I don't have all the coal.
I just don't remember a lot.
you were
You-
drunk.
Oh, if I
you
share
remember-
this real quick,
Wrong, I'm sure.
Do you
If
remember?
I
Andy,
said-
Andy was a crack baby. Very few
Oh,
people
that's
know that
just-
Andy was a crack baby.
That's
Oh my
terrible.
It,
Oh
it was
my
meth,
God.
but that's okay.
It was meth.
Do you remember the episode with the Bionic Woman?
Yes.
yeah, she was hot.
And she
And
died.
then she died at first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they planned on killing her off, and it was tragic. I mean, Steve Austin was like really broken up, and then she was so popular they retconned and wrote she didn't die, and she comes back, and that was heartbreaking too because she comes back with no memory.
That's
Wait,
right.
was it the
It
same
is.
actress?
Yep.
Yeah,
And she ended up with Sam Waterston or somebody, or who I don't know who played that.
She
the
doesn't
doc-
remember the love that they had, and
Oh.
it breaks Steve Austin's heart.
Can you get those things on DVD or Blu-ray?
Yeah.
I gotta
Lindsay
see
Wagner.
those.
Oh, yeah.
The Blu-ray
Aaron-
set just came out, and I think it is pretty expensive, but I think it's coming down because there's like 6 or 8 seasons.
Does it hold up? Because I haven't seen any of them.
Probably not, but it's still cool to see.
Some of the early ones, I mean, I have like the set that has like the first bunch of episodes
Oh, look at that! Oh,
and
my
the TV movies.
Yeah, you know what? It seems like the pilot was it was filmed differently. Usually they have more money for the pilot. I remember the pilot episode, and I think that would definitely stand up. I think by the
It does.
second or third season, it started getting a little bit cheesy, and campy. But that
Yeah.
first pilot, that thing was serious. That was
Wait a
Yeah.
minute,
Yeah, he was like a CIA agent, and he was going on all these secret missions and stuff. And in that first one, in the pilot, he is an angry son of a bitch.
Yes.
What happened to him? He really
Yeah.
hates
Was
what
it-
happened.
Wasn't it a parachute accident? And they show
her.
it like in the opening.
No, it's
The
the
plane
space
crashed.
The plane crash.
Yeah,
She was a parachute accident.
She was
wasn't
in
Yeah.
a parachute.
He was,
okay.
yeah.
And
That's
that
And
was
they
a
show her
real
hit the
bell.
ground, like in the opening, don't they? They show her hit the ground. You're like, oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yep.
they wouldn't do that today.
And
Well, the
and
crash
that
The crash from Steve Austin, that was real footage of
Yes.
who was it?
it was a Bell X7 or something, and I think that pilot survived that actually.
He did.
Yeah.
And they rebuilt him, made him better than he was.
If you
That's
share
right.
my screen
with
for
$1 million.
second- if you share my screen for 1 second, you'll
Yeah.
see what came out. What preceded the $6 Million Man was the Mike Powers G.I. Joe Atomic Man.
Oh,
And that toy was far superior to the to the Steve Austin one.
Well, it's
He had the same
Mattel.
eye, his arm was like clear. I don't know if there's any photos.
Oh yeah, and John Romita did the ads for that.
Oh really?
Oh.
Yeah, in the comics.
Wasn't
I
there,
remember
wasn't
that,
There
yes.
also, there was like a Mattel toy. They were called the Pack or something like that. Big Jim, and that was all Kirby, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big Jim.
Let me see if I can scroll through. So,
But this
like,
came after the.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Man,
Look at
right?
it. If you see his that was a helicopter. That was dumb, I think.
That thing strapped to his head.
But if you look, see his eye was cool.
He was like
And his
Inspector
arm
Gadget.
was clear. Remember that? His arm was all clear
Yeah.
because a $6 Million Man's arm would the skin would get all peely, and dirty, and would just flap off and stuff.
Did this guy have the kung fu grip too?
Yeah, of course he did. He's Mike Powers, Atomic.
Hell
Man.
yeah! See the
Oh,
kung
yeah,
fu
That
grip?
right there. Look at that grip.
That's $110. That was a superior, like idea as the kung fu grip, man.
Yep. Jimmy
Oh,
T
yeah.
for $2 says, wait a minute, hang on. Hi, gang. I almost missed Lindsay's picture. Almost. But he didn't.
Just in time, Jimmy.
Well, this is way off topic, but I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. Were you talking about how serious the $6 Million Man was in the pilot? Do you remember how serious Fantasy Island was in the pilot?
I liked
mean-
the pie. The pie was the best, man.
I know
the
Mr.
consequences.
Mr. Rourke was like, he wasn't a great guy. I mean, he
It's
was
like a deal with the devil. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then he became this kind of weird cartoonish softy.
Because was it what was the guy that played Cornelius? Wasn't he in the pilot?
Roddy McDowell.
Roddy
Roddy
McDowell, and it
McDowell,
was
I know
something
that.
like his wife getting his wife back, and so they kind of reenacted it all, but it never went like that. That pilot
Right.
it never went the way they wanted it to. So it was
Yeah.
always like his heart got ripped out twice because he had to say goodbye to his wife again, or some
Right,
kind
it
of
was-
craziness.
It was kind of like you got what you wished for, you know what I mean? And it was the consequences for your wish. Whereas later the television show was just like all happy endings and everything was fun.
Yeah.
And in those pilots, it was pretty grim. I thought it was
Well, that's
cool.
kind of like what they did
like
with
a
the
monkey
movie,
paw.
because they had a Fantasy Island movie a few years back, and that's kind of how they did the movie. Was okay, but here come consequences.
Oh.
That's how you
Well,
do
in
it.
the movie, didn't they overtly say that there was supernatural? Like in the original show,
Yeah, I
there was
think so.
they never really said anything. But in like one of those versions, the newer versions, they were actually saying like there was like a heaven and hell, and that
Oh.
Rourke was kind of like some kind of fallen angel or some craziness. Yeah, there was
Well-
a lot of supernatural shenanigans going on.
Well, Roddy McDowell showed up in one episode as the devil, if you remember, later during the regular series, and he had to showdown with Mr. Rourke. So yeah.
After the pilot, I didn't care for it too much.
All right, Andy, give us another awesome gift that you got.
It was Christmas.
Oh,
Like-
Lord.
Oof. I could smell that one.
Wow.
Talk about thick. Holy
Wow. We got
crap.
smell-o-vision on that one.
Oh,
Good
geez.
Lord. For the love of Pete.
Hey, we just
It was,
gained 15 backers or 15 viewers, though, so Art must be doing something right.
It was, I believe it was
Crank it up.
Christmas. I believe it was Christmas 1987. And once again, I was 18 at this time, obviously living at home. And don't share the screen yet once I show it. And it was just, so in my house growing up, it was just me and my brother. And my parents were basically, they always wanted like a list. Give us a list. And then, obviously you don't get everything. That's why it's a surprise. It's Christmas, whatever.
Right.
But they always would, be like, you could put a couple, quote unquote, what they considered big things, expensive things on the list. And then, that was pretty much the last present you would get. But you didn't know what it was because obviously you put a few things. So I always wanted this specific type of jacket. You can share the screen.
Okay. I have permission to share the screen.
And I got my leather bomber jacket in 1987.
Nice. Oh,
Oh,
I kind of wish I still had it, but, for sentimental reasons, but I don't.
those are the coolest jackets, man. I need to
But
get
yeah,
one.
1987, it was popular, and that's what I wanted real bad, and they hooked me up, and I was just, man, I just loved it. So
And the chicks loved it. You put on your sunglasses. You pretended you were Maverick, and you were.
that's
out.
right. That's
pretending
right.
you were
You had your Matador. What kind of car did you have, Andy?
My Chevy Monza, baby.
Monza.
Mhm.
Monza.
Oh, hey, don't you laugh,
I'm laughing. I'm laughing. You can't stop me.
you
Hey,
bastard.
Your Recco too.
You bastard. I can probably find a picture somewhere of me wearing that jacket from back then. But yep, that was it. I had it for I probably had it for a good 10, 15 years. And then I think when Helen and I were going through stuff one time, on a move or something, she was like, "You don't wear that anymore. Just get rid of it. It's not even in style." And I was like, "Okay."
no.
Oh,
Hey, Andino has a serious question to ask you, though, Andy. What happened to the jacket? Did you leave it at a gay bar? So I'm just...
Lord.
Oh,
No,
wow.
of course not. I left it at the guy's apartment, you silly goose. I did
no,
the
that's a
walk of
cool
shame without my jacket.
Dude, I had one in the 80s too, man. They were so cool. I want to get
Yeah,
another
man.
one.
Nice soft brown leather. That was and when I did the Google search, I wanted to make sure to find one as close as possible. That was the color. That was how the pockets were. So that was it.
I still have my high school jacket downstairs if you want me to go get it and bring it up.
I got my Letterman's jacket. I can bring that out.
Nice. We have the white.
I don't have my leather anymore though. I got to get a new leather jacket. Those bomber jackets are cool. I don't care. I don't care if it's old. I love them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, old man winter.
Debbie wears my high school jacket still.
oh, that's so sweet.
It's a leather jacket though. It's not my Letterman jacket. I don't know where that is.
Okay, so she's not like okay. Well, then she's just basically wearing your old leather jacket. Is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
it's a motorcycle jacket. It's cool, man.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. The chicks dig the guys with the motorcycles.
Yeah, that was a Long Island thing, man.
Oh. All right, Graham, what do you got for us?
You're gonna have to skip me. I'm trying to find this damn thing.
All right.
Well, somehow we got an echo too.
Well, it came and went, and I think that's StreamYard. Every once in a while, when you bring that picture up and we go to the side, it echoes and then it goes away, and then I don't think it's anybody's fault. I'm not gonna throw Andy under the bus this time.
Why, thank you.
Bus.
What's up, Bragaboo?
Boom.
What's up, man? Good to see you guys.
He's
The
back.
boom is back in town. The boom is back in town. Back in
Well,
town.
you really didn't miss anything. Billy got in here just after you left, and he's been sharing his memories. And Andy just did his second round. So,
I want to
Billy-
say something to Art Taber.
uh-oh.
Oh.
I love you so much.
Well,
I said I wouldn't cry.
have you been drinking? Because you know what? I love you too, Dan.
Yeah, I'm really going to
He
cry.
loves you so much.
I
he's
love,
gonna get you a
I love
leather
you
jacket.
so much, man.
I love you so much.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Graham, have we stalled long enough? Or are you still looking?
I'm still looking. I don't know the name of this toy,
All
so
right.
I'm trying to find it.
I
Art-
do. I have
Art,
a
are
feeling
you ready
you
to
and
go?
I are in sync.
Art, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's do
Okay.
this. Let's do this,
Share.
man. I think mine's the ultimate childhood gift you can get from Saint Nick, and it's this bad boy right here. So share away.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh.
This
the
is the
banana
best picture.
skeets and pop wheelies.
Yeah, this is the best picture I can find. But this is a Huffy Laredo, and two-tone chain guard, banana seat, sissy bar,
Of course.
and reflectors galore.
That's
So
beautiful.
Real
That's
quick,
beautiful.
John, I haven't got the package yet.
Dude, I had a Schwinn that looked just like that. Banana seat, sissy
I
bar,
had the Schwinns.
everything.
yeah,
Dude,
well,
what's the use of the sissy bar? We always cracked our nuts on those. If you would like jump something and you fell off the seat, boom.
Nuts.
Nutcracker.
That's
yeah.
that's not the sissy bar.
That's not the sissy bar. That's just the
sissy
main
bar,
bar.
I mean, yeah,
the
you're
sissy
right.
bar is the
Sissy
part that
bar
goes
was-
around the back. They're usually
That's
a
right.
high bar
Yeah.
that you could
That's
put your
right.
back into to get pop the wheelie.
Yeah, and then but usually where you crack your nuts is right on that gooseneck with that's holding the
Yes.
handlebar, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you'd really crack your nuts on, man. But man, I had this for so many years. I stripped the paint. I painted this thing like 2 or 3 different times. Like this frame right here went from, banana seat sissy bar kind of style to motocross, because before like motocross bikes were actually sold, we were customizing our own bikes. So I remember going to the bike shop, getting customized like moto handlebars. I got what do they call those? Like a saddle seat, I think they call them. I took those damn fenders off, and I got my moto mags on, and I went four-wheel drive in the dirt, man. So yeah, this frame right here, I think it held up till it broke. I actually cracked the frame and it broke in 2. And I did end up going like just right at that goose.
Where did it crack? Did it crack at the neck or at the
It was right at the neck, like the 2 bars like that go across to hold up the front wheel. Both of those cracked in 2. And holy shit, man.
If you were really cool, you'd get the girls to sit in the handlebars and you'd ride them around.
Oh man,
drive them around, I meant to say.
Yeah, well, I think I was a little young for girls when I had this bad boy. But yeah, also you take the chain guard off, because the chain guard's for like girls and shit. Yeah, anything that's safe, like all the reflectors come off.
Yeah, dude, you take all that crap off.
Yeah, anything that makes it safe, you take those things off. But yeah, like this man, I had for so many years, and I loved it. I had cracked so many I cracked the frame, but I mean the forks, like you'd bend those things and break those. And yeah, this was before like they had all that alloy and reinforced like frames and stuff like that.
Do you remember the PK Ripper?
Yeah.
It had like sort of a square, like it wasn't round, it was like squarish.
Yes, and they guaranteed it, right? That you couldn't break the frame or something.
That's right, the PK Ripper.
Yep.
Yeah, my cousin had one of those, and those things were heavy though. I think that was before alloy.
They were so heavy.
They were they were so freaking.
Tank of bikes. Here, let me read a super chat real quick. Here, guys, 200-watt studio, $10. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. The guy that created Bionic Woman went on to do Incredible Hulk and the first V TV movie. The $6 million Man Blu-ray set is fantastic. They went back to the film elements and made HD Blu-rays. How about that?
That's awesome. V was scary as shit. That thing was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
There's still some movie stills that I see with those lizards. That was with the lizard people,
right?
Yeah,
where they peel
where their skin's ripped and the lizard skin's coming through.
They were going to eat us all.
Eric Boyd says Art put tobacco in baseball cards from the early 1900s.
That was when I did play baseball, we did chew tobacco. I'm not kidding.
We got the big league chew the gum, but we didn't ever get the tobacco.
No, there were kids that did, and I remember swallowing the juice. And
God, vomit city.
And saying I never want to do that again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Instant puke city. So, Graham, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. What have you got for us?
Okay, hold on a second. Let me.
Is it the time machine from Mattel?
Don't ruin his surprises, Art.
All right. Share screen.
I'm waiting for it to come up.
Okay.
Any day.
Here it comes. You just want me to put it up?
Yeah, you can put it up.
There we go.
Okay.
King Ding.
What the hell is that? I never even heard of that.
This is a robot, right? And you see this. Hold on, let me.
King Ding.
Yeah,
his robot brain.
The little robots were called, I think, dingalings.
Jesus.
Yeah. But what was cool, what made this so cool is that this little robot, the brain, would walk underneath this thing and an elevator would come down, and then the elevator would raise the little guy up, and there he is inside.
Dude, I remember these.
Inside the top. There he is.
Yeah, I remember that elevator thing. Yeah.
Yes. So you pressed a button and it would come down, and then this little guy would walk into it, and then up it would go. And then this thing, then the big thing, you could press the button, then it would start walking.
Dingling.
Wow.
You know
Man,
what? I
I've
remember
never
in
seen
school calling each other King Dingaling,
Yeah.
but I never knew there was a toy called King Dingaling.
Yeah.
Now we know where it came from.
There was the dingalings with the little ones. There's here we go. There's a whole bunch of them.
And that's
And then
that
the
dude's
King
the
Ding.
king of the Dingalings.
Yeah, there's the King Dong, or the King of
The
King.
King
Oh,
Dong.
damn.
Yeah,
King Dong.
and look, they even had a track for it, a spacewalk,
like a
set.
Hot Wheel track.
So you could put these guys on there, and they would walk over it. I guess.
Ethan's in the
So
chat.
you got this thing for Christmas? That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
That is
I've
really
never seen that before.
Hey, Dingaling.
Ethan has joined us in the chat, says it's a robot community. Thanks for stopping by, EVS. We appreciate it.
Hell yeah, Ethan.
What's up?
All right, here's
Howdy, howdy.
somebody always wants to throw a curve to us. Tail Dune for $5. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hi, professionals. Off-topic question: what type of scanner do you use to transfer your physical art to digital, or best practices for transferring? I have a. Is that an Epson? I think it is. 12,000 XL expression, which is a pretty high-end 12 by 18 scanner.
Holy
And I
shit.
scan really high res bitmap, and that sort of eliminates having to clean up like the gray and stuff. A lot of people scan color, then they spend a couple hours cleaning up their page. I just scan straight bitmap, so I don't have any of that crap in there. And then and the scan looks about the same. You can't really tell the difference when it gets reduced down and printed. So there you go.
I've got a Epson Workforce 7510 all-in-one oversized printer and scanner. So
There you go.
it prints 11 by 17, or it prints bigger than 11 by 17 and scans a little bit bigger than 11 by 17 as well.
Yeah.
I have to.
I've got
I'm
a-
with you. Sorry.
I've got a ScanMaker 1900. It's a Microtech. It's an older unit. It does 11 by 17. And I scan in color, and then I go in and I adjust the threshold. And then I what's the thing where you drop out all the gray tones then after the threshold?
Right.
Well, that's what. No, you adjust levels and then threshold. Threshold drops
I'm
out.
sorry. Yes. I do levels
What's
first and then
threshold?
threshold, and then that. Then you have it ready for color because you don't have to convert it to CMYK.
Yeah, I have the same scanner as Aaron, but I didn't know about the bitmap thing. I'm going to try that.
Yeah, Tim Townsend told me that because I was scanning grayscale or color, and it was taking forever to clean it up. But if you scan bitmap, I mean, you have a little bit. You don't get quite it doesn't quite pick up the detail. But if you're scanning at 1200 DPI, then reduce it down.
1200 DPI is what you scan at?
Yep, in
Oh,
bitmap.
shit.
Does that take
So
like
I
then
mean,
I
I scan at 600 DPI, full color, convert it to grayscale, adjust the levels, and then threshold it.
That's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do.
That's
Yeah, if you're
kind of
scanning
the way.
grayscale or color, you don't have to scan at that high res. But
No.
the bitmap, I want to make sure I get as much as I can. 200-watt studios for $5. Speaking of the first, we're going back and forth here. Speaking of the first Bigfoot episodes of $6 Million Man, Stephanie Powers in a cat
Oh my
suit.
God! Somebody find that.
Is she in that episode?
Yeah.
What's she doing in a cat suit? Oh,
I don't
yeah.
remember.
She
Stephanie
wasn't
Powers.
in a cat suit in that episode, was she?
She
I
had.
guess
Well,
I
I
don't
don't know.
remember her in
Find
that,
out.
but I
What
haven't
Googling.
what Studio
Years.
Line was.
Holy smokes.
You guys find it yet? Because I'm looking.
Found it?
Well, I found some. What in the world?
Oh
Jeez.
Lord!
Images.
Well, that's not in a cat suit, but that's pretty.
Is she still alive? There's some older
I
pictures.
think
of
she
her.
is.
Yeah, she's still alive. Stephanie Powers?
Wow, she was a cutie.
Would
Oh,
you say
yeah.
jump? Does he mean jumpsuit? Do you think, or I mean, is that?
Maybe
Big difference between a
jumpsuits. I don't
jumpsuit
see.
and a cat suit.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything.
He says she was Bigfoot's caretaker.
Oh.
Okay, I found a really cool image of her. Hold on, let me see if I can download this. Save image as. Is
See,
this it?
Billy's anxious. He wants to see this.
Heck yeah, dude!
Okay.
Look at my TV.
Okay, here it is. Let me come back.
Bigger.
You guys are gonna love this.
You're gonna love this.
Let me make
Love
sure.
it. Who doesn't love it? Hello.
I gotta make sure I got it. Okay, here it is.
Oh,
She's in like a
hello.
blue outfit.
Present, screen share, present, click.
So
click.
close. There it is.
No, it's right.
What
It's right here.
threshold, real quick,
There
like,
she is,
Ron?
right there.
Oh,
Oh, you son of a
That's not the one we're talking about, Art.
you.
Look at her. She's
Here
gorgeous.
I was telling Art he should save it in his folder titled Spank Bank.
Oh my goodness, that was horrible.
She is smoking. She is one smoking hot Stephanie Powers.
Yeah,
No, she's a
smoking something.
cutie. But I don't see any cat suit images.
No.
I don't either.
She was really
Nope.
cute.
It's the blue
in,
outfit, though.
McClintock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she
that's
did
all I
a
got when I searched.
Oh, the girl from Uncle. She was in The Girl from Uncle.
was she really?
Yeah, she was the girl from Uncle.
Hmm.
She was also in McClintock with John Wayne.
Yep.
She was really cute in that.
Well, I'll have to dig up for my next time I do a trivia show. She's going to be one of the questions.
yeah, find that.
Anyway, all right, Billy,
found
it is
it.
your. It's your.
found it.
No.
Hang on.
Hey,
Yeah,
Me?
hang on.
hey,
Now this is Billy, so let's take it with a grain of salt.
Hang
He's a
on,
liar.
hang on,
he's
hang
lying
on.
already. You can tell.
Oh, she did a Copper Tone commercial.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got two.
There you go.
Billy needs to shower whenever these things are on.
I knew it.
I knew it.
Oh Lord, James
Oh,
Corden.
there's a cat suit.
yeah, just not her in a cat suit. That's the
Oh, how
problem.
disturbing was that? How effing disturbing was that?
How many
that's-
viewers did we lose?
Well, just 3 so far, but I'm gonna.
There's a lot of
Oh, man.
Stephanie Powers, physician or whatever she was, like psychiatrist. There's a lot of
My
fans
goodness.
out there.
See, 200 Watt Studios is already apologizing for bringing it up because.
Great. That just
I am
show.
so sorry.
All right, so Billy Touche, it's round 2 for you because
Yeah, well,
you already did it, right? Then Art did it, then we went back to.
Frag hasn't gone yet.
Well, no, he's gone once.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and then Frag will go and it'll be a second.
If you don't mind sharing this, hang on a second.
I
See
don't.
if
I
this is
don't
it.
mind. I
That
don't
guy
mind.
Billy always
This
asks
is,
if anybody
with
minds.
my
and that's
boy
the whole
Art
point of the show.
T-Bear. Let's see if this is it. Hang on. I think this
Wait,
is
Stephanie
it.
Powers was in Heart to Heart, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, this is good.
That's kind of the older
I can
Stephanie.
share
Powers.
that.
Still good looking.
Boom. Art T-Bear.
Oh, shit.
I had the Ross motocross.
Oh, see,
That's
you were like the
nice.
transition.
That's
That's like the
nice,
transition bike. Yeah.
And it was a piece of shit.
Was
It looked
it?
cool. I cracked my nuts right here. I can't tell you how many times too. Son of a gun. But that number 4, the whole thing. But what a piece of garbage this was. It had these things supposed to be shock absorbers, and they were just pieces of rubber on the side, so there was no shock on it. Look at this. Look at this straight bar, man. There's no shock absorbers, nothing. But I wanted this bike so bad, and I begged my mother for it, and I asked it for my birthday, and she couldn't find it, couldn't afford it, so I got it the following Christmas. And then, like, before New Year's, me and my friends were all racing on the street, right? And I got the Ross motocross, and we're racing, and my friend's in front of me, and he kind of weaves into my lane, and my front fork hit his back forks.
Uh-oh.
Wham! All over the street, wiped out the shit. The fucking fork was bent out like this. The front fork, the wheel was hanging off. Piece of shit. And that was it for that bike.
That was it for that.
Man, it looked cool for a little while.
Yeah,
my
but the
brother was
thing,
not-
dude, is you got the knobby tires, you got the motocross
Yeah.
handlebars, you even
Yeah.
have the motocross grips.
Yeah, it had
Yeah.
all that stuff you end up buying. I guess
Yeah.
the California kids that gave me the idea. But it was
Yeah.
black. It was number 4. When I got that bike, I was the coolest kid for those 3 days.
And on the way to the hospital, the EMT said, "What were you riding, kid?" And he said, "I was riding the motocross, number 4." And
No,
he
I'm
said,
sorry. It wasn't a Ross motocross. It was a Huffy Thunder Road. When I say Ross motocross, my brother had the Ross motocross.
Oh,
This is
okay.
a Huffy Thunder Road
I was
Mark.
riding a Huffy Thunder
It was a
Road.
Huffy Thunder Road.
Okay,
number
Huffy
4.
Huffy was right below what was it, Swin? But if you had a Ross or a Kent, that was kind of ghetto, right?
Mongoose, Diamondback.
I know this was yeah.
Oh,
but this was
Mongoose
a
and
Huffy-
Diamondback,
no,
that was
I'm
top of the
sorry,
line.
Yeah, but Mongoose, those were real alloy
I thought the
frames and
Schwinn was
everything.
the
Those
top.
are cool.
Yeah,
No,
this-
I mean for BMX, man, it was Mongoose, it was
no.
Diamondback.
I'm
Hey,
talking about like for the banana seats and the sissy bar.
Oh, Schwinn was probably yeah.
Yeah.
Schwinn, yeah. This is
the
before
chopper bikes. Chopper bikes.
So I apologize. That was a Huffy Thunder Road. It wasn't the Ross.
Oh,
Motocross.
dude,
I was trying to remember.
the
Huffy
Pro
Thunder
Thunder,
Road.
Huffy Pro Thunder was like the one in the 80s.
Was it really? Huffy actually was making a
Oh
move
yeah,
in the 80s?
yeah. Oh, dude, that was it. But the best bike I ever owned, I paid $7 for, and it was at you ever go to those police auctions where they auction off like
That's where all my bikes came from because I didn't know I was a cop.
yeah. So,
Well, I'll tell you a story. Why I went
All
to
out of the
those
evidence room.
Yeah, the reason I went to those
exactly.
auctions, is because my bike was stolen at one point,
Oh,
and I'd
shit.
go there to see if I could find my bike.
Right. I got
my
my
bike has-
hands on a Redline Pro Line for $7.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, and that at the time was the shit. My brother had a Haro Freestyler that was like a $400 bike back in the 80s, which was a lot of money. Alloy. I'm talking about Robert, Billy. He,
Yeah, my boy.
yeah. So when I got that Redline Pro Line, man, I mean, even though it was like somebody had put primer blue, like I guess they were trying to hide it, But
Well,
that
my
was
my
shit.
brother got written up in Motocross Magazine as King of the Pools because he got sponsored by Mongoose, and they would ride in those like the skateboard parks,
Yeah.
and he would ride his bicycle in there. So he was one of those early psycho pioneers that was riding a bicycle in a skateboard park.
Wow.
That's
look
cool.
at that.
Badass.
Legend that is Art to Bear.
That guy broke some bones, though. He paid a price.
I can imagine. All right, Fraga.
Oh,
Are you ready?
Can you just share my screen real quick?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Is this your motocross bike, Graham?
There you go, Graham.
Oh, that's a Swin with the
Yeah,
shifter
baby.
gear. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
This one was the bomb
Oh.
that I could never get.
Those are for the fancy kids with the gear
Yeah.
shift.
Fucking
Yeah.
gear shift.
Look at that
Those-
gear shift.
Also, it had one of those spider forks or whatever they called those, where it has like suspension built in, right?
Oh yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
Springer.
Yeah.
A Springer.
And
Yeah.
we used to get the sissy bar where the seat was actually lower, like a motorcycle chopper, and then the bar would come up past your shoulders, so you could lean back into that thing.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
So they made ones like that too that had like a pad on them, so you could
Yeah.
like lean against it and stuff.
Ours was just a loop bar, but you could
Yeah.
throw your back into it, man, and get up and do your wheelie pop. And
Well, I'm going to tell a quick, like, cool kid story. Okay, so when the sissy bars were out of fashion, I just had a bunch of them, and we always had bicycle parts around, because you were always switching out because you're breaking rims and stuff like that. I had an old front rim, and I had that sissy bar, and there used to be the LA flood control, and what they would have is they had a cable that went across the flood control, and they had like a little tower that would slide across, so they could, if anybody was stuck in the, if it filled up and there was flooding, they could get people out of there, right? So the tower was all the way on one side, so I got the idea to use it like a pulley system. So I mounted the sissy bar to the axle of the rim, and then I bolted it. Well, it was unhooked, and I bolted it to the cable. So it was like a pulley. It was like a giant pulley. And so I could hold on to the sissy bar like a handle, and I'd run, and then I'd swing across the flood control. And then I remember the first time I did that, I got like halfway across, and then I didn't want to let go, and all my friends were like, let go, and I go, I can't, and they're like, why? I go, because if I let go, we can't get this thing back to shore. Like, if I let go of this, it would just be hanging on that wire.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like 20 feet in the air, right? So if you're like dropping 20 feet, I had no way to get this thing back. So we had to ride our bikes back. I got a rope, and then I created another pulley, went across, tied the rope to that one, and then dragged them both across with me.
Art the engineer, man. Look at that.
was a good
was a
day.
Like
blast.
MacGyver or something.
Yeah,
Those
it
were
was a
good
blast,
days.
man.
All right, Dan, what have you got for us here on your second time around?
Probably first Christmas I have a memory of, and
Okay.
being very excited about. My grandfather on my mom's side, he passed away when I was 11, but he used to when we were older, even though he passed away when I was 11, uh, older being like 8 or so, he'd give us $50 at Christmas, you know, and
Wow, that's
which was
a
a
lot.
lot of money. I remember.
Oh yeah.
I remember I wanted that AT-AT back in '81.
Oh yeah.
And Christmas '81, I didn't get the AT-AT, but I got the $50, and the AT-AT was $45, and so I got the AT-AT. But this particular one, if you would like to share my screen, sir, is the first Christmas present I ever recall getting from my grandfather. It was a 1976 Godzilla. He fire off his fist, and he's got a little thing on the back of his neck that would do this little fire tongue. And he was like, when you're 3, the dude, he was like as tall as I was, you know, when I was 3. He was pretty tall. You know, it was like a big ass Godzilla, but this was it. Eventually I'd like to get one. And all the ones I found online are either really expensive or missing the tail or missing
Oh.
the fist, or the tongue lever doesn't work. But yeah, wheels on his feet. That's right, Fat Samurai. He had wheels on his feet so you could roll them around. But this is the first.
How tall was this, Dan?
Shoot, I'll look it
Like
up right
2
now.
feet, 3 feet?
Oh, at least.
No kidding.
And I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
Yeah, those things were big.
Because it was a Shogun Warrior. Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah, the
it
Shogun
wasn't-
Warriors
yeah,
were
it
awesome.
wasn't. I'm sorry. You know what? Memory, and all that. Right? It was. It says the web says it was 19 and a half inches.
That's still
That's what I
pretty
thought.
big.
'Cause
Oh, it's
So-
2 feet though.
Yeah,
That's-
but when
that's
you're
close.
3 years old and it comes
Yeah.
to your neck, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
So here's 12,
yeah.
and 19, another 8 inches. Yeah, that's still pretty tall.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big
Yeah.
toy, man.
That's a
Yeah.
big toy.
Yeah. Especially
Well, if
when
you ever
start
need to
going
measure
through-
3 inches, let me know. I can
Hold
do it
on,
pretty
let me
quick.
get you the 19. I'll get you the 19.
But yeah, that's a Christmas memory. I mean, of course, there's all the like little things, you know, like I got How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way,
Oh, yeah.
you know, when I was 9, and I try to explain to my kids about Lego sets when in the late 70s, early 80s, how it was like either an astronaut or a knight, you know, it was like there was no Star Wars, there's no, you know, it was like these sort of bare bones sets.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
in my day, Legos didn't come with directions on how to assemble things.
No, it was no that
No, it was just
exactly right.
bricks you put together.
They
Or a
didn't have,
box.
mine didn't either. It was sort of like, here's a kit, build some shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just bricks, and you just got
Yeah.
a bunch
Yeah.
of bricks and just
Yeah,
built
Tinker.
stuff. Yeah.
Remember Tinker toys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The little sticks and spools.
Yeah, made out of wood. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What about Lincoln Logs?
Lincoln
Yeah, I
Logs,
had
bro.
some of those.
Lincoln
Yeah.
Logs were great.
Well, they had like those little plastic figurines that were like pioneers and stuff, and then they
Yeah.
had like a couple of bears, you know, that you could set up, and we loved that.
You
stuff.
know, my
We built
favorite
these
was always to put the little figures into the Lincoln Logs and then just like throw rocks at the Lincoln Logs and just like, oh, that
God
guy,
damn,
he
you
just
were
killed him
violent.
in his own house. You know, I always wanted to set fire to one of the settlers, like their log cabin. Like,
Oh my God.
Wow.
Hey,
Once
there-
again, serial killer
No,
art.
Can we lose
no,
the
no,
psychopath
no.
on the panel?
I'm gonna side with Art on this one because when I was about 12, 13, and my stepdad brought home a case of bottle rockets, we wanted to see how many bottle rockets it would take to get a GI Joe in the air.
yeah. Those are good experiments, man. Future scientists.
It's 3, by the way.
Shit, really? You
Yeah.
can lift a GI
Yeah,
Joe
yeah,
with
yeah.
3.
A GI
bottle
Joe with
rockets?
3, and it'll take it up, and it will explode, and then you will have GI Joe parts in your cul-de-sac.
Well, that's the
Right.
original Rocketeer right there, baby.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Experimentation. All right, what I'm going to share is really going to make me look old, but when I was, I mean, this is probably, yeah, I know this went probably back to when I was like kindergarten or something, but I was one of those Christmases where it just like, it couldn't have got any better, you know, if you had tried. And the simple things I got though were, it's amazing how at a different time you could entertain yourself with very little as opposed to what, you'd get kids now. Right.
Right.
So, all right. So one Christmas I got a,
No.
like a big
Play-Doh set
of Play-Doh. Right.
Oh yeah.
And do you remember they had those Play-Doh sets where you could like crank Play-Doh through the
Yeah.
thing?
Yes.
Cars and
down.
noodles.
Yes,
Yeah.
and mush. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Cutting
I got
with a
one of
little
these
knife.
I got one of these super Play-Doh sets, and along with it, I got this pad of colored construction paper, and it was like, it just unleashed this creative kid. I just saw endless possibilities about what I could do with this construction paper and the Play-Doh, and creating these scenes and environment with this stuff that if you didn't like it, you could just tear it apart and, wad the Play-Doh back up and do it again. And I mean, I was really young, but man, I remember that Christmas. I remember just spending the whole day playing with that stuff and building stuff and creating creatures and stuff. And it was one of my fond memories of my youth. So, so the Play-Doh.
I think it was called the Play-Doh Fun Factory.
Yes.
Wasn't the Fun Factory the one that you
Oh.
can like extrude clay?
Yes. Yeah, this wasn't quite that elaborate. I had a couple of things but it wasn't like the super big set you guys are talking about, but it was like 6 cans of Play-Doh, and it had some, like, I can't remember exactly. I had some stuff where I could form pieces and stuff with it.
Yeah.
So it was pretty darn
They
cool.
they got really inventive later. I remember my daughter, Santa brought her. They're like little like minions, like from what is that movie called? I forget. Despicable Me, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
You could push. It was like a chia pet. You could push the clay into the body, and then it came out in the form of hair.
Yes. Yes.
And I'll tell you, man, that's the weirdest thing, but it was so much damn fun.
Yeah.
My wife wouldn't let my kid play with it in the house, so she always had to play with the Play-Doh outside because we had carpeting, and she was afraid to get all mashed in.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like an easy formula for like making your own Play-Dohs, like wheat flour, salt, and something else you put in there?
Yeah,
and you could
my
make your own
mom
Play-Doh.
would make it, for us.
You could put food coloring in it, and then it could be, whatever color you wanted.
And there was always a strange kid that would eat it.
Yeah, it just blech. It tastes like
Yeah.
salty. And you're like, okay, that doesn't mean you should eat
Very
it.
salty, yeah.
Eric Boyd says my favorite toy was a hoop and a stick. So I'm taking Art's place as the old man to make jokes about now.
It was a can and a rock.
Yeah. Bob Gable says we would always end up mixing colors and end up becoming
We did that.
brown.
Brown.
My
Yeah.
brother and I did that. Yeah.
That's when it's
Yeah.
a real Play-Doh fun factory.
Remember that hard and crusty then? Remember, like,
Oh, yeah.
now?
Biological fun factory.
It was
Yeah.
very salty, if I remember it correctly.
All right, guys, we are doing well on time. If we do this, we're going to get out of here in 2 hours, which was my goal. So, Andy, give us a clunker, man.
The only thing I can really think of is not one specific thing, but just like, and this just goes back to parents and stuff again, getting you like a pair of jeans. And it's like, what the hell? I'm like, I'm like, what? A new pair of Wrangler jeans. Okay. Is it a hint that you're my parents. I'm in high school. You buy my clothes anyhow.
Right.
And you're
exactly.
literally getting me a pair of jeans for Christmas? This isn't a Christmas present. This is like, oh, it's back to school time. What are you doing?
Well, at least Wrangler is a semi-cool. We got tough skins, man. Like
Oh, I had tough skins as a kid.
you couldn't
Oh.
even walk in those things. The knees you couldn't bend. You couldn't bend the knees,
Dude.
man.
Oh, I had tough
those
skins
were
as a kid.
jeans, those are dungarees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're walking around like C-3PO. You're like a robot.
Yeah.
There you go,
Yeah.
Andy. Quit complaining. You got pants to go with your bomber jacket, man. Come on.
I didn't ask for the pants.
Come on,
No,
or
I
you
but I
want
hear you.
Stranglers.
So ungrateful, says.
I mean, honestly, I
Yeah,
think,
Andy.
I did get from an in-law. God, I hope they're not watching. I did get. Now, when it comes to in-laws and stuff, you're not supposed to spend a ton of money anyhow.
right.
But I got this is within the past 4 or 5 years.
Uh-oh.
It's a it's a glass. It's like the size of a regular beer tumbler, right? And then on the top, it has a rubber top with a slot, so you put change in it, and it says something on the glass. It's imprinted that says something like beer bank or something like that. So once you fill it up with enough change, you go buy a beer. I'm just looking at Alan like, what am I supposed to do with this?
The thing is, you could just have an aluminum can and just put your change in it.
I know. But they went through the effort probably to sit there and go, what would Andy like? You know, oh, hey, this beer bank will be awesome.
Andy's a big drinker.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
So,
oh, Graham, what have you got? Oh, you're gonna rub the Doc Savage in her face again?
Yeah, I'm hoping I might get another one. But,
I see.
He's looking. He's shopping right now.
Here it comes.
Watching right now.
I'm looking upstairs where Julie's at.
Yeah. Well, you know she's watching. She's taking notes. So.
She is. She's been sending me notes, actually.
Stuff like sit up.
yeah. When I'm doing the show, she usually sends me notes that you got a super chat. You missed a super chat. You know, like, because I'm talking, I miss it. You know.
Oh yeah.
She watches that and reminds me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have a bummer gift in there somewhere, Graham.
Well, I'm with Andy. It's like when I was a kid, the bummer gifts were clothing. You know, sweaters, socks, shirts, any of that stuff. That's not fun. That's functional.
Right.
You know,
Right.
to me, I want toys. You know, games. Cool shit. So yeah, it was always clothes.
Well, that's the thing. Like, so we have, our nieces and nephews are married and they have little kids themselves. They're like 3-4 years old, and we get them Christmas presents, right? Helen does the shopping for it and stuff, and she'll come home and go, "Look at this outfit I got, blah blah blah," and this outfit, and I'm like, "Why are you? They're 3 and 4 years old. Get them a toy or something."
Yeah, but
what are you doing?
Girls love that. My daughters, when we gave them clothing for Christmas when they were little, they loved it. They wanted PJs every year, and they still do. They're 30 years old. They still get PJs, because they love to wear them on Christmas Day. But the boys, forget it. It had to be toys or
something cool.
Footballs or something. I love getting a football, because Then you had this new football, and you were out there throwing it and kicking each other's ass. Running around in the snow or Florida.
Did you ever get like I don't think I ever got one, but I always asked for one because I was a big Johnny Unitas fan when I was a kid, and so I wanted like a Colts helmet and a jersey. Mm-hmm. And, if you got a football, a helmet, and a jersey, man, you were
pads. I got a Miami Dolphin one like that with the shoulder pads came in it too.
Oh, Graham, did you ever have anything like that?
No. I mean, I had the football, but I never had a helmet. Other than like if I played,
Right.
The greatest football creation of all time was the Nerf football.
Yes.
I love my Nerf football.
Crap. You could play indoors when it was cold out. And the thing we used to do, we had this school behind our houses, and it was when it rained, we called it the Corvallis Lake. There was no drainage, so there was about this much water in the grass. So we'd go out and play in the rain in that water, and that Nerf ball would suck up the water.
Oh, that is heavy.
And you throw it, and it would like spiral. It was like all the water would spin up, and you catch it, and explode. It explode, and oh god, it was so much fun. And I remember a friend of mine, we knocked into the ground. He caught it and knocked him to the ground, and he caught himself, and he bent his finger he just broke he bent the finger back, and it's all the way back like this. And then it was always like, if your parents know, then it's done, right?
Right.
So my friend Bob just went over, he was a badass, and he just like, "You're not telling your mom." Pop.
Right back.
He straightened the finger out. We finished the game, man.
We used to take the Nerf ball down to the beach, and throw it, go along, but go along and head towards the water. And you start running out, the ball gets thrown up, and you dive out, and the wave comes up and hits you. And,
Yeah. The thing is, it actually, you can throw it farther when it's full of water. Like, you can really
that's weight behind it.
It's got more weight, yeah.
Yeah.
I got the Nerf
we have to bring one
basketball
to
thing.
for the fans con. We definitely
I used to get the Nerf basketball, right? And so you could hook up the hoop right on the door, and you close your bedroom door, and you could.
My brother and I had it in our room, and we would lay on our beds, and boop, boop,
Yep,
play
exactly.
little games, count who got it in and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was the Nerf. That company is freaking genius. The Nerf ball, the Nerf football, the Nerf basketball, and then the Nerf guns.
Yes.
Holy shit! I have a Nerf gun downstairs.
I know you never get old. They never get old.
They have the ones that have like cartridges, and you can like fire off like multiple rounds.
No, I think Joe Biden introduced some legislation to limit how many bullets were doing that.
How many Nerf
magazines
balls
have been limited in New York.
Yeah, exactly. What do you need? You don't need more than just 2 rounds. Come on.
That's how stupid when they wrote that law, Graham, if you remember, they said they didn't exclude the police. So the police couldn't hold 10 rounds in their pistols. They had to hold 7 rounds.
That's right.
According to the law of
what a bunch of idiots. So, Art, do you have a clunker you want to share with us?
Oh my gosh, what was my clunker? I had it. But so talking about Nerf balls.
You want me to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me. I'll recall it. Yeah.
All right, Teen Sensation, give me a clunker, man.
I got a clunker, but not when I was a kid, but for my wife, and I'll tell you guys about it in the after
Is she
show.
listening?
Oh, in the after show.
In case these, because these supposed to be bros before hoes, So I don't know. All these people watching might be, hey, Deb, blah, 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 blah. Billy said last night on the Professionals.
Oh, we're not live anymore. Go ahead and tell us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just between us.
Yeah, I'm the same with you guys. Clothes, you're like, what?
Yeah.
It was like, we didn't have a lot of money, so everything was cool when you got it. And again, you did have some of those great Christmases. Like I remember when Reagan became president. That's probably when I got my Huffy Thunder Road.
Hell yeah.
Good Christmas,
Those were good years.
Yeah, that's right. The economy got straightened out.
Yeah,
and
Billy Carter years.
Again.
Jeez. You got Rock'em Sock'em Robots for all 3 of my brothers.
Oh, those were great.
I had those.
That thing was always rigged, though. There was always one's like head that was a little bit more sensitive than the other.
I know you'd always fight to get the other one, right? Because you didn't want to be the one who lost all the time. You can't have the red one, man. You can't have the red
and you
one.
wouldn't tell your friends. Remember, you'd invite your friend over the next day, and then like, I'm taking red. And he's like, okay.
Why are you always winning? I don't know. I'm just better than you.
Whole thing's rigged, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, Dan, do you have something that
I do.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I do, and
Look how somber he looks.
Well, it's just because there was it was a phase that parents go through, especially in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, where it was called the Avon experience. And, and all the
Avon toys.
Not Avon toys, just Avon anything.
I remember those catalogs.
Yeah. So the one, and I could still, if you want to share my screen, I could still spell it now.
I got the exact same thing.
I remember that stuff.
It smelled like Lysol. Like it was horrible stuff, but they'd be like, look, huh? And you're like, oh, God, I don't need to smell like this. Yeah, but Avon, like you get Avon everything, or the other one was Tupperware. Like when they went through their Tupperware phase, it's like, look, a little Tupperware keychain. You're like, I don't do pills.
I'm not old enough. Yeah. I don't need to carry around a pill purse.
Yeah. Yeah, but this was it. This is the bum gift. Like
I think Dan just topped the socks.
Yeah,
that was epic. And the thing that I actually got one of those too, but it was like I said, it was Trailblazers. But many Christmas.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, they'd slap anything on that thing.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
I kept mine for a long time because I thought it might be worth something. I don't think I still have it.
You're such a collector.
I know I am terrible, man.
It might be worth saving your life if you throw it at someone.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember my brother thinking of a clunker I can give to my brother Vinny, my older brother, and he's like, "You give me cologne." I think he was probably 17, and I was 12. And so I go to the store, Woolworths, and he goes, "But don't get me Brute. Whatever you do, don't get me Brute."
Fabergé, yeah.
Yeah, for me, my ADD, whatever. I'm going, I see, I'm like, "Oh, look at that! It got a soap on a rope." and it's Brute by Fabergé. And I give it to him. He opens it up, right? And he's like, "I told you I didn't want Brute." So I'm like, "Well, fuck you," something like that, right? He's
Merry Christmas.
You throw it
What
at him.
about you?
No. So then I start, I don't know, he's big. My brother Vinny's like 6'4", right? So I start yelling, cursing at him. I was like, "Stop it." So I'm like, "Yeah, fuck you," whatever. And he starts spinning the soap. And I saw running out of the living room, and he throws the soap, and it caught me in my calf, and you would have think I was like in a World Cup soccer match. I looked like I got shot. In my calf, and I felt like my calf exploded. I hit the
That
ground.
probably hurt.
Oh my God, it hurt. Oh, so that's never again get Brute by Fabergé.
Okay. That's
That was
a
my
great.
brother's,
Billy, a few minutes ago you mentioned Reagan, and I want to show you guys something. Could you put me on the full screen?
Yeah.
You're gonna love this. This was just sent to me by a friend of mine.
Oh,
Is it
wow.
signed? Is it
That is
signed?
it is hand signed. That is not auto signature. It's hand
Oh,
signed.
damn.
by
My
Andre.
goodness. Check that
exceptional.
out.
That's a good friend to have, brother.
That's pretty
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, his my friend Jean-Francois is he's a partner in Spinrec, and his wife worked for Nancy Reagan after they left the White House, and so he was at golf tournaments. He played in foursomes with Reagan all the time. There's pictures of him at all these different functions and stuff. And so he had two of these, and he sent one to me and one to Chuck Dixon, and he told us that he saw him sign them. So these are the real deal.
Wow.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, that's that's going to the frame shop, and it's going to be in a very special place in the house.
Heck
Oh, yeah.
man. Heck
Here we go, Billy. Fat Samurai says, "Soap on a rope. Was he going to
That's
prison?"
what I thought.
Man, if it hurt, if that soap in a rope hitting your calf, it hurt that bad. I can't imagine what the other alternative would be.
Skin bracer. Skin bracer.
Remember Skin Bracer, man?
Oh yeah.
Aftershave. Yeah.
How about high karate?
Yeah, somebody brought that up in the chat too.
Yeah.
Because that guy
What
would be
is high-
fighting
what
off
is that?
chicks, right? These chicks would be coming after
Yes.
him. He'd go,
Whoosh! Whoosh!
What the hell is high karate? I don't know it.
You don't remember high
Like
You
karate?
never heard of high karate?
No.
Yeah, it's cologne,
It's
man.
cologne.
It was 70s cologne, on the whole kung fu movement.
Yeah, and the commercials would always be the guy would put the high karate on, and these women would just come out of nowhere attacking him, and he'd have to use karate to beat him off.
Yeah, they
Wow,
were
I should
trying-
have said that.
It's
They
like
were trying to fool straight guys to buy perfume for
It was
themselves.
like
Yeah.
Axe before Axe.
Dude, I still have a bottle of Polo, right? The original Polo that I bought, or my girlfriend got me in Christmas 1986, and I still have it, and I wear it only on Christmas Day. I put a little shot.
Is it still good?
Yeah, it's still good. Yeah, it's like that much left.
It doesn't smell like just alcohol.
No, it smells good. I have Boss cologne by Hugo Boss still, and I have I got a couple, but I haven't really worn them since the 80s, but I still keep them. So,
Oh, here we go.
The what are you looking at,
yeah,
Graham?
what do you got?
I bet it's the high karate commercial.
Oh, is it? Oh,
I knew
get volume.
I was like, somebody's got to show that.
Audio tab. We're
Yeah,
good.
Dracar Noir, Bob Gable. Heck yeah, man.
All right. Let's hope we
All
don't
right,
get
got
it
it
out.
up? Dracar
You
Noir.
ready? I'm
Can
gonna
you see
roll
it?
it.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow, what's that aftershave you're wearing?
You high karate aftershave is so powerful. It drives the mind. That's why we have to put instructions on self-defense in every package. High karate, the brisk splash-on aftershave that smooths and soothes and cools. High karate, aftershave, cologne, and gift sets. High karate.
I remember
How
that.
you use it.
Brought to you by DB Cooper.
You need that.
You
Oh
are
my
welcome.
I need
High
Karate.
I need
That's
that shit.
freaking brilliant.
You should
What's
see
that new
people
stuff
make
that guys wear? What is
Axe.
that stuff?
Axe?
Axe, yeah, it's
Oh,
kind of
that's
the
what
same
the young
idea when
guys
you
wear,
fight
yeah.
off the girls, yeah. But that was done way better because it's kind of like one of those yeah, like those karate,
Oh yeah.
like movies and stuff, yeah. And then they freeze frame it.
All right, my story is going to make me seem like a really big jerk. So, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
Yes,
So I was in, I think it was probably 14 or 15, so I was getting to the age where my mom was thinking more practical. And I was still in that age where I was like, oh, I want to get board games. I want to get some cool, some cool action figures or whatever. Right.
Some high karate.
Yeah, some high karate. No, I didn't make that leap until I got my car. When I turned 16, man, my whole focus on life changed to cars and chicks. But this was still pre-driving. But so I start opening up these packages, and it's like Andy said, you give them a big list of stuff, right? You figure, well, if I get 6 of these, I'm pretty happy. So I opened up these presents, and it was just like one after another was art supplies, right? And you'd think that'd be a cool thing, right? Because but I was getting like bristle board and pencils and pens and all this kind of stuff, and I was so disappointed because I got nothing that was on my list. And my mom was so happy that she got me art supplies, But to me, art supplies at that point in my life were like clothes. I would get them all the time whenever I needed them, right?
Yep.
To keep drawing. And so I wasn't expecting this stuff for Christmas. And I made her feel so bad. And then I felt horrible after I made her feel bad, that she was like, oh, I'll get you some new presents. I'm like, no, you don't have to. But my reaction was just classically terrible. I was opening up disappointed with every package. I'm like, why did you get me a bristle board upstairs? Where's my, where's Clue?
Right.
Where's, my, I don't know. So, but yeah, so I still feel bad about that today, that I was such a heel and made my mom feel bad because she got me nothing.
I would just like to express for everybody on the panel, what a dick.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Yep. But at least I admitted it and apologized afterwards. So
well, my mother was such a sweetheart. Like for years, just superheroes. That's all. Everything was superheroes. So there was this toy company. I think it's one of the first action figures ever, and it was in the mid '60s. It's called Captain Action. And I can share this.
Great. I had one of those.
This thing rocked my world.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, I really want this from Santa. And so this is it. If you guys don't know what it is.
Oh, I know. Gil Kane drew some Captain Action stuff.
Yeah, there was some, like DC did a comic book, and so
those were awesome. Those action figures.
Yeah.
Were cool.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were like
the packaging of the costumes too. Look at that.
Yeah, it was created by the same person that created G.I. Joe. And I guess he pitched this to, was it Hasbro or whatever that was doing G.I. Joe?
Hasbro.
And they passed on it. Then he took it over to Ideal, and Ideal took it and manufactured. There was Action Boy, Captain Action, all this stuff.
I had that car boat. I had that.
Well,
did you really? Wow.
This is where I'm going with it. I never got any of that stuff.
Oh.
Okay, this is my crazy obsession, and so my dad was like, he's like, kid of mine's gonna play with dolls, like this was before action figures and stuff, and they called those dolls in the day.
Yes, they did.
And so my dad was like, no son of mine's gonna play with dolls, and so my mom, like, just God bless her, man, she got this thing called, I think it was Action Man, and it wasn't G.I. Joe, it wasn't Captain Action, it was nothing I really wanted, and it was Action Man, and she thought, oh, it's just as good, I'm not spending as much money on it, and maybe I can slide it by and your dad won't know, right? And so this toy was so inferior, it was just like a giant 12-inch like bendable buddy, right? It's just a solid piece of rubber
buddy.
Yeah, with metal, like a metal armature in it, with like so it looked like a normal, like it had normal head like a G.I. Joe or something, and it had clothes on, but the body was just like, it was just wire. It was like a wire frame, right? And it was ugly. The sculpts were bad. You could you had no like accessories for it. It was really, really lame, right?
Mhm.
And so I remember, just trying to make the best of it, and so, I would play with it, and then the arm would break because it's just a metal, just a wire. So then eventually it's just this floppy arm, right? And then I remember I thought so little of the toy, I just left it outside, and so that wire started rusting, and so the rust was coming through the rubber.
Oh my
You can see all
God.
this discoloration and stuff. And so what we ended up doing with this thing is we would just torture this toy. So we'd climb up the roof and we would throw them down, and we would like bury them for a day or two and see what that bid on. We just
Serial
we hit
killer
him with a
art
hammer.
again.
I know. Listen to him. He's blowing shit up. He's burying dolls.
It's
Art,
just,
can you put that screen back up, Art, that had the costumes on it?
Yeah. Okay.
let me do this real quick. Kevin Thomas said Aaron made his mom cry at Christmas. Not even Charles Manson or O.J. Simpson would speak that well.
It's true.
True. Yeah, Kurt Bazigian, if that's how you say his last name, he's the one who created G.I. Joe, and he's on Facebook, and he's also a huge fan of Ronald Reagan, Graham, if you know what I mean.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
One of us, big time.
Art
Damn
is Sid from Toy Story, says Hardware Lord.
There it is.
How dare you? That wasn't that bad. Just things I really didn't like. So can you guys see this? This is for
No.
Graham.
You like us all, right, Art?
G.I. Joe, Geneva Convention be damned.
I think we lit him on fire too, and then threw him off the roof. Like
Well, if I could do an honorable
Aaron,
mention-
can you put Art's screen up?
This is
Oh,
what
I
we just-
thought you were already seeing this.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, right there. See the Captain America one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. In full disclosure, Aaron, I just ragged on you for being a jerk to your parents.
Yeah.
I have a jerk moment, and it involves this kid. It involves this Captain America thing. I was homesick one day, and I wanted. My dad asked me if there's anything he could get me, and I told him at the Five and Dime in Long Beach. They had this Captain Action thing, and it was a Captain America costume, and I really wanted that for my Captain Action doll. And so he said, okay. So he goes out and he comes back, later on in the afternoon. I'm laying around on the couch, and he acts like, he hasn't gotten it. And I ask him, did you get the Captain America thing? And he is like, oh no, I forgot it, or something like that. And I got all pissy, I wanted it. He said he was going to do it. I was disappointed, and I let that get the best of me, and it pissed him off. And he finally reaches in the bag or wherever he had it hidden in the closet and kind of tosses it over. Now he's pissed.
Yeah.
Because I'm an ingrate, and so that was an ugly moment.
Okay, well, I'm glad to know I wasn't the only dick at Christmas. So.
That's right. That's right. I
Yeah,
called you Dick,
probably.
and I'm one too.
The bean
Well, the
pad
thing-
said,
the
"Art,
thing
That
is-
wasn't Christmas. I was home from school sick. I wouldn't do that on Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
exactly.
still worse. I'm still worse than you are."
Yeah, that was.
The
was
bean
just a-
pad says, "Hang on a second. Art's doll came with a tetanus shot, so that's I think.
Exactly.
Lord.
But
There it is.
later I worked for this company, and they were doing the retro, and so
Yeah.
they sent these out to me. So this is, I ended up getting, my
Your Captain
Christmas
At- your-
present.
That's cool.
My Christmas present a little late, and also just keep it on there. Like I ended up working for them, so I did package designs and all kinds of stuff.
I remember those.
Cool.
That's hot.
Yeah, that's
Ed
right.
Cato, right? Ed Cato's company.
Ed Cato, yeah. And let me
Yeah.
Great
see.
guy.
I think I have a cover here somewhere. Let me see where this
Pressure's
is my,
on.
This is my art book. Yeah. Where?
One slick dude says Art has a violent streak. See, it all comes out on these shows. The truth about
No,
Art.
no, it was just that one toy. It was such disappointment. I had to destroy that thing.
Yeah, that's funny.
Where the heck? Oh, here it is.
I remember
Nice.
seeing
Oh,
that.
that's cool. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
awesome.
cool, man.
Hey,
Yeah, so I ended up having like some of my childhood, vindicated, and it was good times. It meant a lot to me to work for those guys and do that Captain Action stuff.
All right, Billy, I got something here you want to share.
Honorable mention. I thought we were doing 3, but this was my all-time favorite.
Okay.
Present. So you can just share.
Then hang on a second. We're gonna wrap up right after this. So here we go.
The GI Joe, the training center it was, and it had you could slide down this rope. It was freaking awesome. It was the Adventures Training Center. Yeah, Training Center Tower.
That's
I was playing with that bad boy for hours, man. That was that and the headquarters, and it was just good times, man.
Did you have the helicopter, Billy?
I remember how it worked. I don't know if I had it or my cousin. See, I had my cousins that are probably like your age, Aaron. That they're a little older than us, and they got a lot of the Vietnam War type stuff. Remember, like I think there was a helicopter. It was like a war helicopter, and they had Army stuff more. We end up getting the GI Joe action team, whatever they call it.
No, I don't think they had. I don't think they had the helicopter for the Army. For the '60s versions, they had the spacecraft and they had the Jeep.
Yes,
but the helicopter was yellow, and that was part of the adventure team.
Okay, I don't remember. I mean, a bunch of us had it. I do remember I had Eagle Eye GI Joe, and the rubber band inside his head snapped, so his eyes were so we made it in the commander, and he was blind. He got blinded in Vietnam.
I remember my cousins had the capsule. They had the capsule, and so they lived in an apartment complex, and it was wintertime, and we just like threw the capsule into the pool, and it sank. And the water's freezing cold.
They had the Amphicat too, which was like this yellow thing with the big 6 wheels, and it would float.
So I remember that thing.
So you could put the Joes in there. Yeah, Amphicat. Yeah, so you could put it in the water and then pull it up on the land and drive it around and stuff. That was really cool.
All right, I know you want to wrap this up, Aaron, but I'm going to do this for Graham.
You're just going to ignore me and say no.
We're taking over this show, Aaron.
Yeah,
and there's nothing you can do about, and then we're all bounced out.
Yeah,
by himself.
See if Graham remembers this or any
of the yes.
This thing
it's almost like the
it was the
crawlers.
envy. Yeah,
what was
they were
the
like
name of that?
squares.
That does look familiar. Oh, Time Machine.
It was called the Time Machine. Yeah, and they were like these little squares, and then you put them into that chamber, and then they kind of open up, and then they turn into a dinosaur.
Right, and then you could heat them, stick them back into that thing, and then you see the crank there. You would crank that, and it would be like a compressor at a junkyard, and it would push the plastic back into the square shape.
And then you could start all over again.
Yeah, and then you could start it all over and put them in the incubator, the heater, which would heat the plastic and make them pop back out.
Wow.
Yeah, there's the little squares right there on the bottom.
Stuff, man.
Yeah.
They don't make stuff like that anymore.
No, sir. No, sir.
Kids would burn themselves on the hot plates.
Yeah.
Well, it was probably
wouldn't do it
highly
again.
toxic.
Yeah, that's right. You might
That's
learn
toxic.
something. Heaven forbid.
Highly toxic, yeah. And then the creepy crawlies, which would get like freaking no kids would wash those molds.
Oh, yeah. And the kid would reach and touch the mold while it was still plugged in and burn their hands,
Yeah.
Right, your mom would just go, well, I hope you learned something,
Exactly.
Didn't I tell you not to touch that hot plate?
Exactly.
Well, I remember Mattel pitching this idea. It was like the socket and the knife, the butter knife. Remember that toy? Yeah.
Didn't
stick the
make
butter
it.
knife into the socket.
I didn't learn from that toy because I was outside at my air conditioning unit one day. I took the cover off because the fan wasn't spinning, and I ended up touching the 220 line with my screwdriver.
Oh my God!
Man, I hit this, but luckily it had a rubber handle. But the charge went right through me, and it just I just jumped back. I could feel it go through me.
Oh my God!
Okay, oh shit!
And that's the day that Graham went bald.
Yes.
That was it.
All the hair flew off. But speaking of like hair, I remember my friend and I were listening to music, right? It's a record player, and so we're listening, and then all of a sudden it's like, we're at his house, and it's just like lost the power. And so then his door just kind of slides open, and his little sister standing at the door. Her hair is frizzed out. I'm not kidding. Her hair is frizzed out. She's holding a key like to the house, and it's burned off.
Oh,
and so my friend's like, because it's his sister, and he's just like belligerent. It's like, what are you doing? Get out of here! All this stuff. I go, she's in shock, man. She just freaking jolted. He goes, how do you know? I go, the key, her hair. And so I asked her. I was like,
observation.
Yeah. Well, even then, And then I'm like,
it's elementary, Watson. Look at the hair. Look at the key.
Yeah, it's right there. And so then I'm like, show me. And so she brings me into her room, and she just keeps pointing behind the bed. And I'm like, oh shit. So I move the bed out, and there's a big old like black, like it's clean where the socket is.
Right.
But around the socket, there's a black ring. And I'm like, oh shit, it burned the key right off. And she's lucky that it probably burned, like it broke the contact.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Or else she might have been hospitalized.
Man, death follows art around like nothing.
Right?
I had a color.
Who's the real serial killer?
I didn't kill anybody.
All right, gents. I'm going to wrap this up because I have to be someplace in about 30 minutes. So,
all right.
But let me say this real quick. Andy has Cordrath, The Reckoning. Graham has Ghosts of Matacumba Key. Art still has Black and White Man versus Machine. Billy, She Second Coming. And, of course, Fragaboom is working on the book we all want to see, Black Flag Pineapple Perception. And those links are in the description of this video. So you guys go over there and check that out. A lot of these campaigns are shadow banned, so you can't find them unless you use those direct links. So use the direct links.
Use the link and share those links with your friends too, my friend.
Absolutely
right. Share them around.
We want to thank you guys for joining us. We will be back next week. I think Andy's hosting next week, the last show before Christmas. So who knows what he'll have in store for us. This, of course, is the Brofessionals, a rotating show. Each of us takes a turn once a week to host, and we have a variety of fun-loving topics like we had tonight. We couldn't do this if you guys weren't there to support us. We greatly appreciate you taking the time and jumping in the chat and joining us for this. It's been a blast, as it always is, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Thank you.